What? 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 Why can't you? 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 I did this. Why can't you?
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Okay. That's not better. If I do this, if I do
From Universal Studios Hollywood.
Got my buttons back, baby. Greetings and welcome to you all. It is the Headliners. I'm your favorite headliner, the one who is the most handsomest boy, the smartest boy, the one who always shares his those cheese crackers with the peanut butter. I always share those at lunch. And I look both ways before crossing the street. I'm Mikey Famine. Tim has been taken hostage by intergalactic pirates again. Oh my God. You know, if I have to pay the Glorps one more fucking ransom. I don't know. Maybe I won't pick him up this time. You know? Because it's like every time I tell him, dude, you can't keep warping. You know what I mean? Like you can't keep warping without number one, a tracker, so I can find you, and number two, a cloak. Because anyone could just pick up those waves and just steal you. So he got stolen again, not fucking protecting himself. And then now I have to do the show without him. But I mean, I'm late for a very good reason. I don't have my car keys on me, but I had to get my car at the shop. I had to replace control arms, ball joints, and my fluid, like my trans fluid and oil cooler was leaking. So I was losing oil, I was losing fluid, I was losing coolant. And I had to keep topping those off and all that shit until I got it out. So that's all fixed. But alas, I actually got some sleep last night, so I didn't pick it up right in the morning. Hey, the people are here. Dark Lord Greg. Billy. Talk to us people. Go to the... And you know, the thing is, I took the minute thing off. You know, it's not even that big of a deal. Person. Gina. Hey. Is off due to Canada for kids. 5th birthday. Oh, cool. Missing results tonight. Nice. Jesus. Someone in there very loud. That's got to be a charger. Charger or challenger. It's Mopar for sure. Everyone's saying hello to each other. Hey, Dark Lord Greg. Transgender delay. Yes, my trans dilemmas. My daughter just left an ambulance with lights in her. Oh, love you. Yes. Positive thoughts. They got this. The doctors know what to do. Tim needs protection. Got it. He's always raw dog in space. He raw dogs intergalactic space like he's like Buzz Lightyear or something, you know? Okay, so here we go. Midterms. Okay, so today we have a bunch. We got Kansas governor. Yep, Kansas governor. Michigan House 10. Missouri House 1. Michigan Senate. Michigan House District 7, 11, 13, and lastly, Washington 4. So we got a lot of races. We got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 races today. Recent Senate primaries. Oh, okay, I don't care about that. Oh, Hickenlooper won for Senate. That's good. Davis, Colorado, Louisiana. Say, who is this? Letlow. Never heard of her. Was more. Okay. And my son's currently staying in my shed so he can nether himself without driving me nuts. Yes. Yeah, kids need their own space. Like, I'm so glad Stinky Butts got her own room set up because she needed it. She was destroying all of my shit. Oh, this just in. You guys got apparently. I didn't know you were Eagle Scout. Progress only just sent me a message. I didn't know you were Eagle Scout. I did Boy Scouts for like literally 1.5 meetings, and my stepdad was like, "We're getting out of here." That little den we were in was no bueno. Boy Scouts might be fine and dandy, but the ones that we were a part of, they were like, Just discovered this week I changed legislative districts. Still say blue, but my rep is less embarrassing. That's good. We already voted in the primary, and this is what sucks. So me and my wife, whoops. No. Yes. Me and my wife voted for we did all of our primary stuff at the old house. So we voted in the primary, but the primary was so goddamn early. We're gonna be in a different location. We're gonna have different representatives to vote for the Illinois State House. Well, we would have needed new people to vote for anyway because our guy got fucking removed apparently for fucking bad behavior. I don't know, man. How much you got? What are we talking here? You don't want people to know what's going on in the primaries? You know what I mean? This is not so much a get rich quick. This is a public advocacy kind of thing. So you're more than welcome to donate if you like, but the advocacy will continue whether or not your money is there. You know what I mean? It's not about the money. Hey, Viber Scott. Air horns. Air horns, air horns.
That are willing to the establishment.
I got all the beeps now.
Have you ever been wrong? I was like, no.
No, we're gonna keep going. Okay. I have a surprise for you guys tomorrow, but I cannot disclose quite yet because someone is in the other room listening to me, acting like she's not. Well, I feel like this is one of those things, like it's like one of those, what would you do if someone offered for you to stop your advocacy for people's right to vote? How much money would it take to silence you? And then like, I'm supposed to like, I'm supposed to be like in the interview afterwards, like, oh yeah, I just knew it was the right thing to do. I just knew I should do the right thing. And also I'm especially pleased with myself because I put the Kamala Harris thumbnail because it triggers people. Like, she's funny, dude. She might be trying to run in 2028, like legit. Like, she might actually try to run. She's like going around trying to just just kind of So what did I get wrong, guys? Like, so it's like, so let's talk about it. What could I have done differently? It's like, Kamala, stop. Mamala, you have to stop. You can't keep doing this. So if I could change like 3 things right away, right, to get you to vote for me, what would you say they are? Oh. And it's so obvious too. She's like, okay, now what do you want me to say? Okay, now what do I have to say? You know what I'm saying? Like Viper is also here. And Viper's got like uh they better not Adam they better not. Carmelade. You like Pete Buttigieg? I don't know how I feel about Pete. I feel like there's just something. You know what it is? I know what it is. I know what it is. This is how Pete Buttigieg can get my vote. He needs to kiss his husband on camera. You know what I mean? Because I feel like a little part of him, like him and his husband need to just make out in front of everybody so that they can just get over it. Because I feel like until they just get over him being gay, it's always going to be the same old, like, let's not talk about it, but we'll just talk around it. They'll be like, I didn't like that he was a soldier. Like, you know, they'll find something ticky-tack to complain about when they actually are just homophobic. So I think he should just come out and just like make out with his husband. Or him and his husband should like just do something topless, or, you know, just suns out, guns out, them at the beach or something like that. Something like that needs to happen to like de-stigmatize him to like the voting populace. But they're all come on, please like me. Like Jeb Bush, please clap. We should probably put that on the board. I'm not gonna lie. All right, let's drill into, so the main ones that I'm worried about are, I thought Wisconsin, oh no, Wisconsin governor is not yet. That's in 11th, I think. So let's look at Michiganders. Okay. So on the Republican side, let's put it up on screen. So on the Republican side, we got Mike Rott. What the? If you don't get that shit off my screen, NBC News. Oh my goodness. So you got Mike Rogers, who I think lost already. I think Mike Rogers already lost.
You're running on Medicare for all. Mike Rogers is going to say it's socialized medicine. You're taking away people's private insurance. How are you going to answer that?
Imagine someone saying, hey, I'm going to give you something free so you don't have a bill anymore. And someone's like, you're going to take away my fucking bills? If motherfuckers have extra bill money, I mean, I have extra bills. Like, if that's where we're at, where motherfuckers like, oh my God, now I can't even pay my bills like I want to because someone got rid of it. What a weird complaint.
Mike Rogers is taking away people's private insurance because they can't freaking afford it. Mike Rogers is literally, I don't know how many times he's raised prescription drug prices. Here's the funny thing. He sent a cease and desist because I called him a pharma lobbyist. Now,
well, if you take money from the pharmacy companies and you do exactly what they tell you to do, just because you're not registered don't mean you're not a lobbyist.
Want to take, if it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. How am I supposed to know it's a goose? Check you didn't want to take. If it looks like a duck, it quacks like a duck. How am I supposed to know it's a goose?
Yo, they're in trouble. They don't know what to do about him. Hey. 5 British pounds just to fund the first hour, Mike. Thank you so much. This hour of stuffs of streamings. Oh boy, that's the wrong button. This hour brought to you commercial free by your patron Scott. Viper Scott. Make sure I turned them off. Okay, yeah, they are off. So there you go. Fundamental. Funding is a fundamental. There we go. But let's look into. I thought Mike Rogers. I'm pretty sure he ran before and lost. I don't know if my stream keeps cutting out. What the? Maybe it's the Bulwark. I wonder if they're being stingy with their stuff. I wonder. Previous campaign. Former Michigan U.S. Rep Mike Rogers ran as Republican nominee in the 2024 Senate election. Oh, right. He got body bagged by Slotkin. Slotkin came in and wiped the floor with him. That's right. So now he's running against Abdul Sayed. I mean, whoever comes out of the Democratic side. We've covered Abdul Sayed probably, I don't know, a dozen times so far. I really like him. I think he's funny. I think he's personable. I think he is ready to get into Congress and get into some of these committees and piss some people off. Hey, pup. What's up? Mallory McMorrow is out of here. She already packed it up. As soon as Abdul started getting some steam behind him, she was like, "I'm done. No, thank you." Polling begins at 8 p.m. 8 p.m. is too long. It's only 12:50 p.m. Oh yeah, what's this about? Senator Bernie Moreno speaks out again about abuse allegations against Rep. Max Miller. Senator Bernie Moreno, Rep. Ohio, is speaking out again as scrutiny continues over the abuse allegations his daughter Emily Moreno made against her former husband, Rep. Max Miller, another Republican from Ohio. This is truly the 7th level of hell, the Ohio senator said Tuesday. Oh shit. This has been a horrific experience for my. Okay, good, because I was hearing about this and I didn't know what the details are. Emily has accused Miller of throwing hot water on her, throwing her against a wall, and holding a gun to her head, according to police reports. Their daughter has also suffered a broken collarbone and bruising, the cause of which was disputed but investigated by police in February 2026. It doesn't say how old the kid is, but I imagine they're small. So my thing is like, how do you even plan on hey baby. Thank you. I just do you have headphones? It's just the drum. I could hear it through my headphones. Oh, Dancing with the Stars. She's watching Dancing with the Stars. Okay. Or if you just put something in front of it, just so it doesn't just ricochet it away from me. I don't want my mic to catch the music. They'll be like, "Why is your stream cut off?" It's like, I don't know. Someone was watching the Macarena competition, and I got copyrighted. I love you. Do you have anything to say to the people? She says vote. Oh, you said no. Or vote. I think she said vote. We'll go with vote. She said vote, y'all. Okay, so this guy is Moreno. So Moreno's daughter got abused by Miller, and Miller's still running? Or he's still in office? Oh, he's in office. This is crazy. Like, get out, dude. Nobody wants you in there. What's this? Senate panel advances timeline. Oh my God. Dude, Chuck Grassley should look, he has a handler. He can't do stuff. Lord have mercy. Get these geriatrics out of here, bro. They gotta go. But yeah, I guess he lost to Slatkin, and that's why he's about to lose to Syed. Crazy. All right, where's my map at? All right, there it is. So let's watch some let's see if Haley Stevens has any good ads. What's her website? Let's see. Let's go to her website. Oh yeah, and I got some background music for us today since it's only going to be me. There we go. If it's too loud, just let me know. All right, I want to see Haley Stevens. Stevens.house.gov. Where's your campaign website, lady? Oh, what's this?
Tomorrow, Battleground, Michigan is one of several states holding primaries, including one of the most highly anticipated elections in the country. Congresswoman Haley Stevens and former health official Abdul El Sayed are competing for the Democratic nomination for U.S. Senate. Both spent the weekend making their final pitches to voters.
I think we make the best electability case on the notion that we don't need $70 million to get elected, and that our movement is built on real people and an enthusiasm, money.
So he's got a brand, and I like the brand. The brand is black V-neck, black gym shoes, jeans. I like it. I like it for the summertime. He doesn't have to be belabored by a suit. He's not all sweaty when he's meeting people. Image person for the El Sayed campaign. Good call.
Can't really buy.
There's been some inflammatory rhetoric from my opponent throughout this
Girl, stop.
race. He's made this whole race about Israel and AIPAC, and I have made it about lowering costs for Michiganders, about standing up for the state that we love.
The winner of tomorrow's Democratic primary will take on presumptive Republican nominee and former Congressman Mike Rogers in November. So let's bring in CBS News political director Finn Gomez, who's tracking all of this. Finn, great to see you. So what are
Democratic Party is going through really represents almost like a microcosm of this inter-party fight within the party over which direction is best, either for the progressive lane, which El Sayed occupies, or
Congresswoman, the Department of Justice announced that they're sending monitors to 4 cities in Michigan. What's your reaction to that? Is that a pretty run-of-the-mill thing? And are you concerned about overall involvement from the federal government?
No, it's not normal. It is not normal that the president is threatening to nationalize elections to upend.
Then if it's not normal and you're against this president, then why do you and the president have the same fucking donors, lady? You know what I mean? Like, if you are so against Trump, then why do you guys take money from the same fucking people?
And our Constitution. We have an incredible Attorney General, Dana Nessel, in this state. I'm proud to have her support in this race. And I'm proud to have her protection and oversight in this moment. We are truly in a see something, say something moment. We have been briefed that the DOJ is coming, and I am doing everything in my power to stop this president from nationalizing our elections. We all remember when they were banging on the halls of Huntington Place, our large convention center in downtown Detroit. in November of 2020, trying to steal the election. That has not happened on the watch of Governor Whitmer.
Right. So that has nothing to do with her, who's not even in Michigan. She's in D.C. What the fuck is she talking about?
Our Secretary of State, Jocelyn Benson, and our
God. Oh, no. No. Wait. Flap.
incredible Attorney General Dana Nessel. And one of the reasons why I'm fighting to be Michigan's next U.S. Senator.
She accidentally threw in a bonus Michigander because she's so homey and folksy. Apparently, this whole accent is fake, which is why everyone is harping on it.
Is because we have.
Because she doesn't say that. She doesn't do that on all of her S's. Her accent is not consistent. And as somebody who does like, D&D and you put on a character voice and you like really, and you try to like nail the role or whatever, you really try to do it right. You're very aware of these things. She's not doing a good job as a DM. I'm just saying that.
Got to get the John Lewis Voting Rights Act passed and signed into law. I am so humbled that Jim Clyburn came here to campaign with me.
Oh, Jim Clyburn. Yes. I got to show you guys something funny. This is going to be a very different show than normal because Tim's not here to rein me in. So guess what? You guys are up for a full front seat ride to my full unbridled ADHD. Jim Clyburn. Jim Clyburn. AI. This is going to blow your fucking mind right here. All right, check this out.
What lessons did you take from the Biden administration? Like political lessons. Like, was there any political lesson you think there is to take from an administration whose central goal was to stop Donald Trump's return? And here we are.
And he stopped it.
And he stopped it. All right, that's the show, everybody. Jim Clyburn. Joe Biden has successfully stopped Donald Trump from becoming president. Now, if you want to make it in democratic politics, you got to get his say so. Let's run that back, shall we?
Stop Donald Trump's return, and here we are.
And he stopped it.
I mean, you stopped it and enabled, I think some would argue.
Well, when the white vote turned out 71% 2 years ago, and the black vote turned out 59%, you tell me whose fault that is.
I get.
There's roughly 13 million black people. You said how much? 59? Oh, shit. 0.59. So 7.67 million black people voted. How many white people are there? I think it's around. Whites, how many are you? Whites, tell me your number. How many white non-Hispanic people? There we go. 191 million. And he said, what percent? 71? 191. So yeah, I mean, the numbers are just so stupid. I just wanted to see what it was. Oh, wait. Divided by 1. There we go. 135 million. So there's nothing we could have done. If all the black people voted for Trump, it still wouldn't have canceled out that shift of white voters that went over there. There's not enough of us.
Only 59% of African Americans went to the polls 2 years ago.
It's tough.
That has nothing to do with I mean, if you want to blame the voters after you literally did nothing for 4 years and then promised more nothing for another 4 years and then said, no, I'm not going to stop the genocide, and you're mad at voters for not showing up. How about, I don't know, radical notion. You give them something to vote for.
For me personally, to blame black voters for the last election more than it is to blame President Joe Biden.
That's the fact. It wasn't Joe Biden on the ticket. It was Kamala Harris on the ticket.
For 107 days after he decided
Kamala
to
Harris on the ticket.
I guess I just wanted to see if there was a clear political lesson you took from that.
He immediately took offense and said, how dare you question my leadership? How very fucking dare you? I'm going to switch this. Am I going to switch this? No, I'm not going to switch it. I'm going to leave it over there. But yeah, he immediately took offense. And he immediately started defending Joe Biden, and he immediately started defending everything. And us in DC, we did everything perfect. I had a fish fry. Everybody showed up. I raised a lot of money for these old crusty people who don't give a shit about the generations behind them and who actively have disdain for anybody younger than them. And they should all just shut up and go work at the Amazon place and pay their taxes and give some of that money to the, like, no one's buying this shit anymore, bro. And I saw a lot of influencers just, you know, just stroking this guy. Just fully, you know, he knows best. Granddaddy knows best. And it's like, dude, at some point, you guys have to understand we are the fucking responsible adults in the room. It is our job to make sure that things, we don't just look to him and have him, the magic genie, give us all the fucking answers. It's our fucking job now. We're adults now. We are this many. Oh, but this gets worse, I'm pretty sure.
Moment, and whether you think something applies in this kind of larger democratic rethink after. But I hear you. You're saying that you think it was a media problem. It was a branding problem. It was a candidate problem.
I didn't say that. The media had nothing to do with that 59%. If that 59% had been 69%, she would have won.
No, because what they're trying to do is they're trying to say the amount of votes that she lost in by certain counties could have been made up if the black turnout was higher. That's not true, because there's not more black people to turn out in most of those areas. You know what I mean? Like, that's not true. There aren't, you know what I mean? In West Virginia and in Pennsylvania, there weren't more black people to vote in those counties and districts that she lost. So what the fuck are you talking about? There was no more black people over there. It's not a swing if there's no, you know, it doesn't move.
I guess, so is the argument that black people let Kamala Harris down?
Oh, in many instances, absolutely.
Come on, man.
If you don't show up to vote, what are you doing?
Is there no valid reason why black voters could not have felt heard by the last Democratic election? Is there no valid reason that they would have?
There might be. I'd like to know what it is.
I'd like to know what it is. This isn't even the AI one. Oh, the man with the velvet voice. The man with the velvet voice. Yeah, let me get some Isaiah Factor in here. If you guys are not fucking subscribed to the Isaiah Factor Uncensored, my man has the greatest radio voice ever. I'm a big fan. He's on local news down in Houston. I am a big fan. Come on the show, please.
Just disgusting. Also, Congressman Jim Clyburn. We have time for
Congressman Jim Clyburn. That's amazing. Okay, Jen.
That says
we could do it.
Just learned about ChatGPT. That's okay. He's a seasoned veteran, older guy, and he says he simply did not know about ChatGPT. Do we have a soundbite?
We have a soundbite. Let's play it.
Let's play it.
Y'all are not ready for this. This is from the same interview.
AI. There's so much that it's changing in terms of the future of work and our economy. Do you use AI? Have you ever used an LLM?
No. Oh, somebody was telling me I ought to, but I never have.
No ChatGPT, no Claude for you?
Believe it or not, I didn't know what that was until about a week ago.
Guys. He is 86 going on 87. Guys. We cannot entrust the future of the republic to people who do not understand what is going on. He did not know what it was until last week. Brother, it's August. It's August of 26. How are you? You've been in Congress. How do you not understand these things? They've only been talking about it for the last 5 years. And then they say you must go kiss the Jim Clyburn ring if you want to run as a Democrat, if you want the black vote from the South. He is not paying attention. And if he's too old, then he's too old. Congratulations on a storied career. Thank you for your service to the country. Goodbye. Guys, he didn't even know what it was until last week. So all this time that Memphis and places in Texas and Mississippi have been begging and screaming for relief from these data centers, he's just been like, I wonder what all that data's about. I wonder why they're building that. Like I would be so fucking embarrassed if I had no idea what Chrome was. I didn't know what Google Chrome was. And it's like 2020. And I'm still Google Chrome. Google Chrome? What is the Google Chrome? No, I have Google on my computer, not on Chrome. No. What is the Google Chrome? Google Chrome?
In the hell?
Dumbass.
Which one?
ChatGPT or whatever it is.
You didn't know till a week ago. Wow, I'm jealous. You've got yourself in a bubble.
That may sound strange to you. I don't know. I didn't know what that was.
Come on. And he mad that he even brought it up. Like, why would you even bring up that dumb shit? You know. Oh, no, my voice. My voice. No, I hate my voice. All right. We got some gift membership. Come on, where is it? Okay, there it is. Yeah. Another famine classic. Okay, here we go. The Human Tommy, Miss Paula Thomas, Millie Allen, Olivia Kalo, Charlie Faye, David Walker, Mage Gray Wolf, hey Mage, Robert X, hey Robert, what up little Nike, Dun B. You guys have all been Sliders. Welcome, and thank you so much to our patron Scott, Viper Scott, numero uno. So everyone, thank Viper Scott in the chat. And this hour and next hour will be commercial free, thanks to the Viper Scott Network. Thank you, Viper Scott. Oh, they're going to talk about it. But yeah, that's Jim Clyburn. He's the one who, supports Haley Stevens, supports all these people who literally don't know their ass from a dirty hole in the ground. Didn't even know ChatGPT was a thing until fucking last week, but he knows that she's the right lady for fucking Michigan. I don't know why they keep tying their boat to these like DNC staples as if that's going to get the fucking ship moving. Like these guys are anchors, bro. You know what I mean? Google, go ogle, Cuomo e. Like it's not. I don't know why people are so upset with young people getting involved in politics and pushing things in the direction that they have always said they wanted to go. And then as soon as the fucking ship starts moving in the right direction, they get fucking scared. They get fucking terrified. They get terrified that the ship is moving and it's not under their control. Shut the fuck up and get your hands inside the vehicle. We're moving off the side of the road. All right? We're moving off the side of the road. You're done being in charge of the road trip. The old people are done being in charge. Get out of the way. Get in the back, put your seatbelt on, and enjoy your juice box.
Me, because I am going to take it from Detroit, Muskegon, Saginaw, all the way to the halls of the United States Senate to make sure Michiganders' voices are heard and then we get voting rights passed into law.
Welcome back this way to Adam Wren with Politico. Oh, hello, Adam Wren.
Nice to see you. Welcome to Birmingham, Michigan. First C-home grad to Congress, as far as we can tell.
This is some great audio. They got the landscaping crew blasting the microphone with a leaf blower. Same. Yep. But it doesn't do. But it's not. It doesn't help. Well, it's kind of helping them, right? Like there's a. I won't give a percentage, but I'll say there's more than one Democrat in office right now that is super fucking appreciative for Trump being in office. They love this shit. They love it. Oh, my audio is bad? Oh. Yes, their audio is bad. But they are just I'm not sure what their plan is. Because as much as because remember Biden won the 2020 election? I remember that happening. And then he came in there and then got rid of the Trump tax cuts. Oh, wait, they're still fucking in place. And then on top of the Trump tax cuts, which were costing us way too much fucking money, because that's like just money that's just not going into the coffers. So it needs to be replaced. So instead of like doing anything about that, Trump made it worse with the one big beautiful bill and his tariffs and everything else that he's been fucking doing and the meme coins and all the other grifting that he's fucking doing. But these people are like, remember when Biden didn't get rid of the Trump tariffs? Or the Trump tax cuts? Don't you want more of that? No, idiot. No one wants that.
Great public school.
You campaigned as both a fighter and as someone who...
Well, Adam, I'm still campaigning.
Yeah, that's right. What do you think is more important to the Democratic base in this moment? Someone who is a fighter or someone who can get things done?
Well, I think both are very important. And,
if you guys couldn't hear, the question was, what do you think is more important to voters? A fighter or someone who's going to get things done? If you're not fighting to get things done, then what the fuck are you fighting over?
What my candidacy is long represented.
And who the hell is going to vote for somebody? I mean, the congressional Democrats were polling at like fucking 26%. And then she's like, I'm the one for Senate. No, somebody who was not in Congress already should be the one for Senate, I should think.
And also what Governor Whitmer said when she stood by me on stage with...
Oh, Jen says, did you see Carville run off to Fox News to talk shit to the DSA? The Dems will vote blue no matter who, unless it's like actual left-wing candidate. I think Carville's about ready to go be put out the pasture. Do you guys remember the campaign he ran? It was fucking Clinton. What was that? 96? 92? We're hearkening back to the golden days of the 92.
Clyburn. There are serious things going on today
Clavicular and James Carville are pretty much the same person.
that are impacting Michigan gravely. You know, these erratic tariffs that have raised costs, put weight down on our small businesses and our consumers. No relief for them. You know, outward corruption going on. As I was making my way across the state, I saw another headline that 63% of Americans.
Tell you who loves Trump in office. The media. And so many podcasters and streamers that have been excluded, they'd be doing this regardless. Yeah, we would much rather be making fun of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris like we were before. But now we got to make fun of Trump. And then apparently all these little strangers on the internet get the little panties in a bunch because we're making fun of their fucking Clyospora God King, you know. Like just because they like the guy, they don't want us to talk about him. But if I make fun of somebody that they don't like, they think that's fine. But don't make fun of Trump. That's not okay. No, well then he should fucking do his goddamn job. You know what I mean? Like nobody told your dumbass to fucking run for president. Nobody told you to run a second time and a third time. If you don't like how motherfuckers react to the way that you pretend to run the government, then why don't you do a better fucking job and I'll shut up.
They're living paycheck to paycheck. Grocery bills are going on credit cards. We're seeing consumers bankrupting their future, and people are frustrated. You know, they want a tax code that works for them, not these billionaire giveaways that Donald Trump is doing to give a $70 billion slush fund to ICE.
Remember that $1 billion giveaway we gave to the automakers so that they can make cheap, affordable cars for Americans, and they fucking pocketed that fucking money, and the cars are more expensive than they ever were?
Something that I am leading on to redirect that money to state and local law enforcement, get it back into our communities. And yes, I'm proud to have worked on the U.S. Auto Rescue under President Obama. I'm proud to have stood behind President Biden when he signed the CHIPS and Science Act into law. Also, the infrastructure legislation.
Yeah, that was our hilarious way to try to stop China from getting chips, when China literally just trained enough STEM scientists to design their own shit. So now their shit is better than our shit. So now we're gatekeeping them from old technology.
That we got done. You see some of the roads being torn up around here? That's infrastructure dollars going to our pipes, to replace pipes, community dollars, so I don't have to go back to my taxpayers and do another millage. So look, yes.
Lady, you cannot vote to send $3 billion to a foreign country and then say, look at the $30,000 project I got for you guys. See, I'm just bringing the bread home, baby. Bringing home the bacon and cookies.
Sleeves are rolled up to hit the ground running for Michigan on day one is their next U.S. Senator, and that is going to be the lower cost to fight for.
I believe so. I think she's one of the reform people. Like, they just need a retraining and some body cams. Until it's her fucking nephew that's snatched off the fucking road for no reason.
For our jobs, to push back on these tariffs, to do real industrial policy to lessen our dependence on China, and to ban stock trading in the halls of Congress and for the president and vice president. So good to see
we wouldn't want dark money coming into politics now, would we?
you here today, Adam. Olivia with the Free Press. Oh, yes, hello. Hi.
Oh, this lady on the right side of the screen, we're going to see her in a second because there's a Walter Masterson clip y'all got to see. Oh, hold on. What's that site? Oh, he left already. Fuck. Haley Stevens website. Oh, didn't they? I think they trolled her. Is it that one? No. Which one is it? Oh my God. Why is this her fucking picture? Oh, this is the other one. So if you go to Haley Stevens for Michigan, have all these unflattering pictures, sponsored by United Wholesale Mortgage. Oh God. UBS Americas, Ford Motor Civic Action Fund, Huntsman. Okay, what is that? Honeywell, CRH. What is that? All corporate sponsors, $896K. Jeez. So this money goes to her campaign. Jeez. Let's see. I'm not giving you no money. Okay, so this is her. That's so funny, dude. That's so funny that people are like literally spoofing her shit. Yeah, okay. I don't want your newsletter. Get your newsletter out of here. Responding to Trump. Get out of here. I want to see it. Did they take it down? Oh, they took it down. Abdul Syed, they cloned her website, more or less, and fucking and it was just like her saying that on a fucking loop. It was so funny. I have to find it.
So I know you said you're still campaigning, but
Of course I am. You know, we're outside the polls. We're getting everybody all excited, and we're ready for tomorrow. We're ready to send Mike Rogers back to Florida.
See, she didn't say it on the S and sends. She only does it on the S's at the end of the word, and then she puts on the folksy like gopher whistle on her S's. It's very strange. Strange, you know.
For a second time, am I right?
Okay, but say
Woo!
Abdul does win tonight. What will that say about the state of the Democratic Party?
Yeah, what will it say when Abdul whoops your ass? I'm guessing like 61.
Well, it sounds like you're already writing an article, but look, I will tell you this. You know, we are really excited about turnout and where turnout has been. I was in Grand Rapids early this morning.
Yeah, see, Grand Rapids. He forgot to put the lisp on it. That's what it's performative, and she's trying to actually say something, so she's using the remembering part of her brain and not the performing part of her brain. That's why actors are so good.
With Hillary Scholten, big hugs at the polls, you know, standing, you know, at the distance that's allowed, cheers.
We refuse to have nice things. We don't deserve nice things. We should pay more for our utilities. More and more we should pay. It's not fair that the utility companies have to just keep offering us less and less service for more and more money. It should be more and more and more money. Like, it's so strange. And then these people are just holding signs for fucking crazy.
Thumbs up, honks, making my way across the state, you know, talking to legislators from Lansing, Kalamazoo, all the way here throughout Metro Detroit. You know, folks who have been holding the line in the Michigan State House right now, particularly as a MAGA member, Matt Hall, has been wreaking havoc. And so, look, their agenda doesn't work. You know, the agenda that I have been a part of, which is standing up for working people, standing alongside the 19 labor unions who are also rallying the vote today.
My third eye is open. She said 19 labor unions are rallying to vote today. Did anybody say to vote for her? I mean, this is the language of politicians in the parlance of charlatans. The vernacular of tricksters. That was 3 and 1. That was a good one. I've been reading more.
I think we're seeing great turnout. We're seeing a lot of Haley Stevens voters, and we're going to
be
carrying that all the way to the polls in November.
Jonathan Cohn with the Bulwark.
Hi, Jonathan. Nice to see you.
Oh, God, not the Bulwark. There we go. I want to be able to reach this so I can hit my buttons better. Okay. I like that. I can live with it. Hold on, this might be loud. Let me just mute for a second. Oh yeah, and I was supposed to be playing music for you guys. Do you like the song? I like the song. All right, that's better. So now when I look down, it's not in the way. Maybe up a little. Oh, that's what I was worried about. Get back in there. I just want to be comfortable and complain about her. You know, I just want to do both.
So, however this goes, what's something you learned on this campaign that either you can take forward or I'll say
You know, I've always known that Michigan is the best place to live, to raise a family, to retire, you know. But Michigan needs to be heard. And one thing that is so very clear is that our voices oftentimes get drowned out. They get drowned out by podcasts. They get drowned out.
That was the whole answer. All right, let's hear that again. That was legendary.
Our voices oftentimes get drowned out. They get drowned out by podcasts. They get drowned out by, you know, Twitch streamers. They get drowned out.
Come on, lady.
We do not care.
Bro, are you 100% serious with me right now? Well, if it wasn't for Twitch and TikTok and MySpace and GeoCities, like, what do you fucking complain? Like, imagine the fucking world is on a knife's edge. The climate is on a knife's edge. Our democracy, our republic, the rule of law is on a knife's edge. And this is what she's complaining about. People's families are literally being ripped apart, physically ripped out of each other's grasp right now. People being held without their Sixth Amendment being respected right now. And she cares about fucking Twitch streamers. These people don't even fucking know what Twitch is.
Very clear is that our voices
or better yet, they probably don't even know what a podcast is. They think it's just a radio show or some shit.
Oftentimes,
I don't listen to that station.
Get drowned out. They get drowned out by podcasts.
We do not care.
Out by, you know, Twitch streamers. They get drowned out by other national priorities. We are a unique state, and I care so darn much about what happens here.
That cicada is like, shut the fuck up.
What gets done for Michiganders. I can't stress enough how sobering it was to be a young staffer on the Obama campaign, to see him win, to see it be so inspiring.
Bro, like she's crumpled at this. Yeah, it's my fault too. But yeah, she's freaking out. And like they have this, and luckily it wasn't us, right? I mean, I guess it would have been good for us. I mean, Hassan's fine. Hassan's a big boy, he can take it. But like, is that what we're doing now? So if I want someone else in a primary, the plan here is if you're independent media, you're not backed by like, you know, a network or like a dinosaur station, over the airwave station. If you don't have that kind of backing and you don't support who the DNC says is supposed to be supported in the primary, then guess what? We're going to slander you. We're going to fucking get together with Destiny and Nick Fuentes and all the Groypers and Asmongold, and we're just going to smear your shit to the point where they're over there. They are literally like a week or 10 days away from giving Destiny a full-on platform with the DNC. Like, they are so itching to do this. The guy the little ugly sex pest white boy who says nigger constantly on his stream, who says the R word for special needs people consistently on his stream. These are the people who are attacking people like us. And they're saying, no, you're the weirdos. No, you guys are the ones trafficking in little, like, pretend groypers. People who are little debate perverts who don't give a shit about Michigan or any American citizen. I've never heard all of those people I just listed talk about farmers, talk about nurses, talk about teachers. They don't care. They don't know any of those people. They don't give a shit. And it's like, between James Clyburn not even fucking knowing what AI was a couple of fucking fortnights ago, and them buddying up and snuggling up with the worst fucking filth the internet has to offer. And then they say, you're the bad people because you won't let us blow up little brown kids. Miss Rachel is bad. Destiny is good. Is that what I'm supposed to surmise from Jim Clyburn and James Carville and the rest of the fucking DNC? No fucking thanks.
But then to see the headlines from back home of double-digit unemployment, of a
fucking Epstein
foreclosure crisis.
No,
and
not
we
yet.
know we made it through that time, but we know we have been lied to by Donald Trump. We are not being heard. We are not being given our fair share. Michigan gets 2 senators. We got to have our best fighter, our best results getter, the person who's going to ensure that we get
This guy stinks!
access to health care, that we get no tariffs on groceries, that we lower utility bills by holding these companies.
So there we go. Here's a policy point. She finally put one out there.
Getter, the person who's going to ensure that we get access to health care, that we get no tariffs on groceries.
No tariffs on groceries. You should be impeaching Trump because his fucking tariffs are illegal. He is not Congress. He does not have control of the purse. He cannot level duties and taxes on goods unless we are at war and against the people we are at war with. Like, we don't want to be at war with Russia and then we get our steel from Russia. Okay, that makes sense. He did it to fucking like Suriname, fucking Indonesia, the Philippines, Australia, Morocco, Madagascar, Germany, the UK, Canada, Mexico, goddamn countries that wasn't even countries. Like, and it's all fueled by ChatGPT. This is unbelievable. I'm stuck. There we go. Put this up here. You shut your whore mouth. Hi, Tim. Destiny's group, he's reputational poison. Why anyone cough? David Packman cough. Will try to brigade Destiny is a mystery. Exactly. Like I talked about this last week or the week before. He was up there. Oh, I was invited to something for Democratic Michigan college kids, and I was too busy to attend. But Destiny wasn't allowed, but Hassan Piker was. Isn't that strange? What if I didn't want to have the reputational damage of being on stage with Destiny, like I said previously before? He already backed out of fucking events because Destiny was going to fucking be there. He was like, actually, never mind. Motherfuckers got 3 or 4 fucking open cases with inappropriate behavior with women and young girls. So what are we fucking talking about? But anyway, me and Tim are gay. Me and Tim are gay. Me and Tim are trans. Me and Tim are everything that needs to happen. Meanwhile, the fucking DNC is supporting Chorus, is supporting Destiny, is firing shots to their left flank because they feel like that's going to help them.
That we lower utility bills by holding these companies.
She's taking money from the energy company.
Feet to the fire. That's me. I'm your gal. Gentlelady with the New York.
Dark Lord Greg. Yes. Roast him.
Times. Hi, I'm McKinnon with the New York Times.
Yeah, nice to see you.
Congresswoman, we spoke with a voter earlier who's very concerned about the growth of data centers in this area.
Yeah.
Can you speak more to that?
Yeah, these data centers have just popped up, almost in the dark of the night. And we need to have federal regulations and federal standards. What do those look like? The costs must come down. People are frustrated because their DTE bill is rising, because these utility companies have not had the backs of their ratepayers. We know how to be highly.
Driftless Iowan, what's up? No, she's not yet. But I have a guess that she's going to try in 28.
Innovative here. Look, I'm a congresswoman who's walked shop floors of hundreds of small businesses throughout Michigan. I've heard them firsthand. Their energy costs are going up. Their healthcare costs are going up. And yes, they're working in highly innovative.
Does this, okay. Does this guy have cauliflower ear, or does he have a earpiece in? Because I'm like, they got a motherfucking MMA fighter out here.
Spaces.
This motherfucker's a grappler. Look out.
But we need to have Michigan ratepayers, Michigan taxpayers heard when these big building projects are coming down. Of course, I want it to be Michigan work, but right now I'm disappointed that this has kind of happened before our eyes and we haven't acted. I'm ready to do so as Michigan Senator to keep costs low and to keep jobs here.
Ryan King.
Hi, Ryan.
What do you think is the most important reason why Democrat primary voters should back you? And have you had any recent conversations with Mallory McMorrow?
Yeah, no, I know that, Mallory McMorrow, campaigned her heart out.
Yo, Driftless, you know what the funny thing is? On Twitter, the thing going around was like why Haley Stevens isn't being a better Jew. And it's like, guys, she's not Jewish. They're like, she's not Jewish. They're like, no, she is. It's like, no, she is not. What are you talking about?
She's the state senator for this district. I know she plans on being accessible tonight. I have.
You guys are being anti-Semitic towards her, and it's like, what are you fucking talking about? She's not. Yes, she is.
Heard from her, and I would also just say that we are.
Oh, tons. You make conveyors? Cool.
Ready to seize this as a Michigan moment right now. I want to be Michiganders' voice. You all have been hearing someone told me earlier this morning, I like how she sounds. She sounds like me. She sounds like my family. I am going to make darn sure that Michigan is heard.
She just forgot that she wasn't using the accent. So now she's going to turn it back on.
In the halls of power. That is why people should vote for me. I am Michigan's fighter, whippersnapper, energetic, take no, junk from anybody.
Pour some Michigander on me. Come on, turn me up.
And I'm a toughest nails Democrat. I think that's what I have shown this entire campaign. Jonathan Cohn asked about, lessons learned. Just that you can be tough. You can stand up for what you believe in. You can stand alongside a whole heck of a lot of great people. You can forget what all the, folks are saying on that social media, and you can go.
You know what? I ain't gonna say nothing. Because she said, remember, you know what?
You can stand up for what you believe in. You can stand alongside a whole heck of a lot of great people. You can forget what all the, folks are saying on that social media.
Forget what the folks are saying on that social media. Okay, y'all remember she said that because I got another clip.
and you can go and win for people. And that is what is happening today from a place called Michigan. AP.
Jacqueline with the AP.
Yeah, hi.
You held an event yesterday in Grand Rapids at a cider brewery. They posted today that they didn't know it was connected to your campaign and that they continue to support a free Palestine. What is your response?
Let me see if I can get that turned up. Hold on. Voice boost. We have the technology. Enhance. That was a stellar question.
Yeah, hi.
You held
Let's see if there's any CC on that.
an event yesterday in Grand Rapids.
You held an event yesterday in Grand Rapids
At a cider brewery. They posted
at a cider brewery. They posted
today that they didn't know it was connected
they posted today that they didn't know
to your campaign and
that it was connected to your campaign
that they continue to support a free
and that they continue to support a free Palestine.
Palestine. What is your response to that?
What is your response to that? Good luck.
Well, I had a great time talking with the bartender and the members who were in that that establishment, along with the packed house that I had there. And look, we all want peace. I hear those individuals when they say that they want peace and dignity for a Palestinian state, the Palestinian people, and peace and dignity alongside a peaceful Israel. Benjamin Netanyahu, who has attacked me by name, has not gotten us anywhere closer to that goal. My opponent, I respectfully disagree with him in this Democratic primary that he wants a one-state solution. He equivocates around Israel's right to exist, and I think that also exacerbates tensions. I have fought very hard to get aid into this region, aid to innocent people who are suffering, and to see a permanent and lasting ceasefire. And so I think the business owners of Grand Rapids, I also was with a packed house in Muskegon Heights at Corinne's Bakery. We had
It's all that Netanyahu's fault. It would have been fine if it wasn't for Netanyahu. That's why I hate Netanyahu.
Yeah. The whole rest of the fucking Knesset. I think it's polled at like 80% want Gaza flattened, destroyed, just gone. 80% on, I think it was Haaretz. So no, lady, no. And you can brag about where you were actually allowed in, but yeah, no one's buying that shit. You're fucking lying, dude.
Lasting ceasefire. And so I think the business owners of Grand Rapids, I also was with a packed house in Muskegon Heights at Corinne's Bakery. We had dozens of small business owners there, Black-owned businesses, women of color, men who are just about to open up a winery.
Oh, fun fact, 30% of the Black people in Michigan are Muslim. So they might feel, a certain kind of way about Palestinians getting blown up,
Across the street. It's a really exciting time in Michigan. We're a great place to build the American dream.
Now I'm DMS now.
Congresswoman Mallory McMurrow, she said, as you kind of mentioned, that she plans to attend whoever
Not a great look. The smug look is not a great look.
is victorious tonight at their watch party, but also endorse, citing that important for party unity. Is that a commitment you yourself will also make?
Well, look, I am going to do everything I can to make sure that Mike Rogers doesn't win. I am on the Democratic ticket. I'm a sitting Democratic congresswoman, and I'm not salty grapes. I've been joyous, excited.
What the fuck does salty grapes mean? What the fuck does that mean? What the hell is salty grapes? Did she just make that up? Hold on, I'm not going to do this on screen. It might be something bad. It might bring up a picture. Salty grapes. What the fuck is salty grapes? Does she mean sour grapes? It says the Google thing is like internet culture on internet forums like Reddit's r/wild beef, a forum for people who forget the names of things. Salty grapes is famously used famously used as a forgotten word for olives. Oh, here we go. Eating a salty grape shows how salty another person is, and butthurt, which is usually used to tilt or fuck with other people. Yo, get destroyed in basketball, 60 points in the first quarter. Cause my team is bad. Only salty grapes, man. Okay. So she's not gonna be butthurt. That's her official political slogan is I'm not gonna be butthurt.
And I am on the Democratic ticket. I'm a sitting Democratic to make sure that Mike Rogers.
You yourself will also make.
Well, look, I am going to do everything I can to make sure that Mike Rogers doesn't win. I am on the Democratic ticket. I'm a sitting Democratic congresswoman. And I'm not salty grapes. You know,
It's going on the soundboard.
Sitting Democratic congresswoman. And I'm not salty grapes. You know, I've been joyous, excited, enthusiastic, doing this the Michigan way, reaching out to everybody.
Crying like a bitch online.
You know, we got to wait for the votes to be counted. You know, we're still getting a ton of votes. We're firing people up. I've been, you know, my phone's been ringing off the hook with people who are excited to go.
Your phone has not rang one time during this interview.
To the polls to see a campaign like mine go forward for November. And I am doing this from a place of strength. Let's be very clear. You know, I am tough as nails when Michigan is being challenged right now. You know, Donald Trump is skirting all around, selling us out to the highest bidder, selling out Michigan. It's not right. What I'm going to do is make sure we lessen our dependence on China and lower costs. I'm going to make.
Why is she whispering the important parts?
Sure that Mike Rogers doesn't get anywhere close to that seat because he is not going to do anything.
Oh, did it not record? Oh, we're going to have to go back. I'm dead ass. I will go back. Yeah, it's on default. Hold on. I need it to be on speakers. Hold on. It's like, right.
Off the hook with a ton of votes. We're firing people up. That's not salty grapes. Ticket. I'm a sitting Democratic congresswoman. And I'm not salty grapes. You know, I've been.
This is so worth my time. Oh, come on, baby.
I'm not salty grapes. Joyous, excited, enthusiastic, doing this the Michigan way, reaching out to everybody. You know, we got to wait for the.
Oh man, who's gonna play her? Oh man, who's gonna play her? Because they are gonna have a field day. I gotta go back for the salty grape. Hey, you heard what she said.
I'm not salty grapes.
Most people who have to declare they are working from a place of strength are generally just not. Yeah.
I'm not salty grapes.
He'll have no idea. He should recognize. He should recognize the voice.
votes to be counted. You know, we're still getting a ton of votes. We're firing people up. I've been, you know, my phone's been ringing off the hook with people who were excited to go to the polls to see a campaign like mine go forward for November. And this is, I am doing this from a place of strength. Let's be very clear. You know, I am tough as nails when Michigan is being challenged right now. You know, Donald Trump is skirting all around, selling us out to the highest bidder, selling out Michigan. It's not right. What I'm going to do is make sure we lessen our dependence on China and lower costs. I'm going to make sure that Mike Rogers doesn't get anywhere close to that seat because he is not going to do anything to lower healthcare costs, to lower grocery costs. And frankly, I don't think he's going to really lift a finger for, you know, the small businesses who I hear from each and every single day whose costs are going up and margins are going down.
Luke. Hey, Congresswoman Stevens.
Yeah.
Your opponent, Abdul Saeed, was joined by Hassan Piker at his election eve rally last night in Detroit. Regardless of who is victorious tonight, do you think it's plausible with only 3 months before the general election that both wings of the Democratic Party can unite behind a candidate?
Well, look, I've got the wings of the Michigan Democratic Party that I'm going to be focused on.
She's so bad, dude. The analogy is that it's a blue bird and you guys are on one wing and then the progressives are on the other wing. And she's like, I love birds. Like, what the fuck, lady?
We do not care.
Look, I've got the wings of the Michigan Democratic Party that I'm going to be focused on. I don't believe Mr. Piker lives here in our state. I do think his rhetoric should be denounced. I do think that my opponent should distance himself from him. I don't know what.
Why the fuck would he listen to you? He'd be losing in the polls like you are.
They were doing last night at this pool party that was going on, but I was with Congresswoman Hillary Scholten. And
yeah, you know what always pisses me off? Motherfuckers at a pool party in July or August. How dare you have a pool party in August?
I'm not salty great. Yes.
I'm like, I see it driftless, but I can't put it up there. Yeah, she does need to learn to say less. Well, here's the crazy thing. What she could do, like Abdul Sayed, we're gonna watch some of his clip. We're gonna watch him and Roland Martin. What she could do is have some message discipline, right? Like if I'm running for office, I got my 5 pillars on my platform. Anything you ask me, I'm putting into one of those pillars. Salty grapes, you know, grapes remind me of farmers, and farmers are the backbone of that's how you do it. She has no fucking brand message discipline whatsoever. The only thing that she will defend is herself, like her reputation, and Israel. She won't defend Michigan. She won't defend the people. She hasn't said shit about Trump. She hasn't badmouthed him. She hasn't said that I need to fix things that he broke for y'all and I'm ready. Like, that's not what she's saying because she's not ready for the job. She's not ready to sit in the fucking Senate with Chuck Grassley and get his and fucking have to start him up like an old fucking steam engine every time you got to have an objection. She's just going to sit there and fold her hands and wait for her next marching orders to come out.
Debbie Stabenow. And, you know, some of this stuff makes people uncomfortable. Frankly, it makes me uncomfortable. You know, we don't need these demagogues or people citing.
So it's funny you should mention that. And I meant to leave this up the whole fucking time. Lost Missionary says, I always wonder if politicians really hear from these people each day or people I talk to on doorsteps. I'm dubious. 202-224-3121. If you already have a sitting congressperson, you can call the switchboard and you can voice all of your concerns. Because guess what? There's a volunteer, there's an intern, there's somebody in that office, and it is their job to maybe not like completely transcribe what you say, but they got to listen to it and then make a summary. And then those summaries go into a report and that goes to the person. So they will see it. You may not get to talk to them, but they have to take a message and give that message to them. Yes, you can yell, but don't threaten them. Do not threaten them. Probably don't curse if you can help it.
Allegiance to Mao coming into Michigan. Come and walk into small people citing allegiance to Mao. We don't need these demagogues or people citing allegiance to Mao coming into Michigan. Come and walk in a small business. Seriously, come walk a manufacturing shop floor. There's a brochure manufacturer, that I've gotten to know. I've spent a lot of time with them. Their healthcare costs are $500,000 right now. You don't see Mike Rogers there, and respectfully, I don't see my Democratic opponent. So maybe instead of being with Mr. Piker, if he ends up winning the nomination, maybe he'll come with me and hear from some of the small businesses who don't want this extreme politics coming into our state. Symbol.
No offense to, oh, that's a good fucking screenshot, ain't it? Got her. It's real rich coming from the lady filled with fucking corporate PAC dollars.
Come on and look at these businesses. They're all giving me tons of cash.
I don't give a fuck what the polluters and the fucking, like, just because someone gives jobs doesn't mean that they're necessarily the best thing for the community. Like, I don't need to go to everybody's shop. Some of these shops probably shouldn't be here. What are you, burning tires? Yeah, fuck this guy. Just because someone has a business doesn't mean that their business is good for everybody. It doesn't mean that their business needs to stay in your area.
New York Times.
Hey, how are you?
Hey. Who are you with?
New York Times.
Oh, another. Okay. Yep. Okay. Sounds.
Yeah, if enough people complain about the same thing, the Congress people take notice. Correct. Just start filling up them troughs, baby. Stack them high and stack them deep.
Good. That's good. You're a big publication. I get it.
So 2 questions. One, Abdul said last night that Mike Rogers was a generationally bad candidate and that he expected he would win fairly comfortably against him. Do you agree with that assessment of how easy it would be to beat Mike Rogers? And then secondly, you said the other day that he wants to blame all his problems on Jewish Americans. What did you mean by that? Yeah. And what do you?
Oh, New York Times is on your ass. New York Times has been pretty friendly to Abdul Sayed because he's a straight shooter, and they kind of like doing interviews with people who just kind of give them shit that they can report on, and that accidentally kind of gives them some riz.
Talking about my Democratic opponent who has made this whole race about Israel when I've made it about Michigan. Look, I think people are sick and tired of the division. We all want peace. And I hear people who are calling for it.
How the hell is there peace and you're giving them more bombs? Look, we all want peace. I'm just going to give this guy a chainsaw. Let him walk in there. It's going to be very peaceful. Everyone just turn your ears off.
For them in Grand Rapids. I have cast my vote every step of the way to get aid and to push for long-term peace.
Lady, go on fucking YouTube. They are cutting the aid packages open and pouring it into the sand. They were pouring the baby formula into the sand and smushing it with their feet and the flour and shit. Like they were spoiling the food. They don't want them to eat. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's all over the fucking internet. Maybe it's on that social media, but it's all over the place. Like, this is apparent now. No one's like some rabid kind of like anti-Semite, unless you're, I don't know, Nick Fuentes, who they're also trying to fucking court. Fucking Gavin Newsom having him on his goddamn podcast. And it's like, dude, those are the fucking, like, those are the bad ones. What are you mad at us for? They're not giving the aid to them and you're still sending the bombs anyway. That was the deal initially. Open the straits, you crazy bastard. That was the thing. You got to let the aid in if you want Iron Dome. And they said, okay, fine. And they set up the thing and they were massacring the people at the fucking drop-off spots. And it's on video. And people have like left, I forget what that HF, something HF. Someone will remember. But they left the thing and they've reported on it and said it was bad. It was horrible. We were hurting people. We were killing people. I couldn't do it anymore. All of this is out. And you're still saying, no, it's good. We need to keep sending them money. No, lady. Everyone has collectively said, no, we're not doing that anymore.
Peace and a permanent and lasting ceasefire. As it pertains to Mike Rogers, look, the guy is a failed candidate, and he approached this in a failed way. You know, Donald Trump won the election. Mike Rogers lost the election. I don't know why Trump keeps going with these guys who lose when he wins. I don't think it makes him comfortable. You know, but listen, I'm going to tell you, Mike said he wants to go in there and rubber stamp Trump. That is not what I'm hearing from the people of Michigan. You are seeing Trump voters today vote in the Democratic primary because they want to send a message to end this war in Iran and to stop the abuses of power.
Are you comfortable that either you or Abdul would be
Grant
them?
Schwab with the Detroit
hey,
News.
Grant. Yeah, hey.
Hey, it's Grant from the news. So out.
Whatever. Lying ass. Switch this over. Unbelievable. She hasn't said shit about the what is it up to? I think it's almost up to $60 million in outside spending on her campaign in this race. Like a couple million, all right, whatever. $60 fucking million. Are you kidding me right now? Where'd it go?
Democrats desperately
go. Oh, he gave him a 20-minute interview. Let's see. We'll jump in around here.
will typically choose that moderate candidate. Do you sort of see your campaign similar to the Mamdani primary in terms of how you have to win the primary and then pivot to put together a broader coalition? Because at the end of the day, you got to win. You can get, and so you can sit here and appeal to this group or that group, but you got to put together enough people to actually win the primary, and then obviously shift to a different strategy, a broader strategy, in turn to win the general election.
Well, Roland, look, I've got three simple goals. I want to get money out of politics, put money in your pocket, pass Medicare for all. All three of those things would benefit all Michiganders, but in particular, communities that have too often, because of marginalization, because of racism, been left behind when it comes to economic development, when it comes to the quality of schools and investment in schools, when it comes to healthcare. And those are issues that I've been working on for the better part of 10 years. In some respects, my challenge is actually a lot easier than his was. Michigan is not New York, and I'm not him. I've been doing this work in and among the Black community for a decade. You know, I can point to the work that I've done. I can point to the relationships I've had, and never mind what $60 million in lies will say about me. I know that I can point to the relationships that I've built, and more importantly, folks on the other side of those relationships can point to me and say, I've been seeing him doing this work for a very, very long time. When he tells you he's committed to the well-being of our communities, here's what that shows up as. It shows up on glasses, on kids' faces. It shows up as polluters who have been.
So I think I have like a couple details missing, so I can't tell the full story of it. But he was in charge of like the health department for Michigan, and essentially, instead of doing nothing about it or just raising money about a problem, and the problem was like, oh, the kids' reading scores are down, blah blah blah. What are we gonna do? There's a problem. He fucking puts trailers outside of the school. Puts optometrists inside the fucking trailer, so as soon as the school bell rings, the kids can go out, get their fucking eyes checked, and then next week their glasses are ready. You don't wait. You don't get you don't see if the Republicans will go along with you. You do. You just do the work. So now what? So now, oh, well, what about the other kids who needed? Who cares about those kids? We'll deal with them next. You know, it's not important.
And stood up to, who aren't polluting in the same way that they
You see a problem and you fix it. That's what we need.
used to. It shows up in schools that are not leaded. It shows up in letters that are medical debt elimination letters. So I'm going to keep talking about my work.
I think you erased like $76 million in medical debt for people.
Building this movement and healing the divides that unfortunately people who are telling lies have tried to create. But there's never a world where you can ever stop reaching out to communities. And, you know, I want folks to know that I am committed to being able to build this movement, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold on. He's got the fucking Bernie with the mittens on in his background.
The lies they've said about me, whatever the money they've spent against me, because I'm deeply committed to the well-being of all people in Michigan, and in particular recognize a deep responsibility to uplift and empower Black communities who've too often been left behind. And as someone who served the city of Detroit, who served Wayne County, that commitment's written in the work that I've done, and so it's a much easier story to tell.
So much talk about Democratic Socialists of America. And I mean, national media has been going crazy with it. Do you identify with DSA, or do you simply say you're a Democrat and they're?
Oh, and shout out to Roland Martin. I didn't even do my shout out because, you know.
Have you ever been wrong? I was like, no.
There are no other labels.
Exactly. I'm a scientist, not a socialist. And, you know, I did a PhD in public health, went to medical school, and maybe it's just my training, but like, I just want to see evidence. So I don't do ideology. I'm not committed to the writings of somebody who died 100 years ago. I'm committed to solutions for people who are alive right now. And that's been my work all along. So while I fight for Medicare for all, it's not out of an ideology. It's because I think it's a really good solution to.
And it's fucking cheaper, dude. Like, I don't know how many moronic fucking Democrats can keep begging that we give subsidies to these fucking pharmaceutical companies and these insurance companies. Well, vice or ipso facto, like through it gets to the pharma through the insurance companies or whatever. But it's like, dude, they are milking us. And now they're just like, well, we're going to need more tax money if you don't want to fucking be broke for your medicine because capitalism is king. It's like, okay, no capitalism on our fucking healthcare, huh? How about the medicine and inhalers and insulin and GLP-1s? Stop fucking shearing us for fucking fleas, dude. We don't have any. You haven't let it grow back yet. You're just scraping the skin off. Just stop.
Fixing our healthcare challenges in this country. Why, you know, as somebody who believes in capitalism is a great way to build and scale small businesses, I also understand that the biggest risk to capitalism isn't government regulation. It was always monopoly. And Roland, we all know that no matter what market we're a part of, like you got to go and buy a ticket to go see your grandma, or you just want to call grandma, you only got a couple of options, right? Chances are you've got a cell phone in your pocket made by one of two companies, right? It's got one of three carriers. If you want to go buy a flight, there's like one of three options, three airlines, and they all fly one of two planes. All right, you decide, you know what, I'm not going to call grandma or see grandma. I'm going to just go shopping and try and make myself a decent meal. You got one of two options or three options. Chances are, if you're living in an urban community, you got no options, all as a function of the fact that there are too many big monopolies when it comes to our ability to actually shop or buy the things that we need in our society. So I just believe that we need capitalism that actually works, which means that you need some government to step in and say, hey, no. You can't just buy up all the other options and squeeze.
What if I had a pneumatic tube to grandma? Like the bank, and it just goes up. I honestly thought that was going to be what the future is. I just never really considered, you know, like I thought that's how we would all get around. We would like all just like get in a tube, like let me get in the work tube, and then off you go, off to work. And then, but that was not real. That was not realistic. And you know what I got instead? Fucking grok and global warming. God damn it.
Squeeze people when it comes to their earnings at work, and then squeeze people again when it comes to how much they got to pay for your goods. So I don't identify as a socialist. I'm a scientist, and I just want society to be working better for people.
I have been
Oh, real quick. Yeah, I know the sour grapes thing. I get that. But my girl said, what'd she say?
I'm not salty great.
laying out since Trump's inauguration that there is a clear, undeniable GOP war on Black America.
Now, Roland Martin, if you guys aren't familiar with his history, he was on the One News Network, I think. He's been mostly focused on keeping his news and his thing independent and Black owned. I think he is from Texas. Yeah, I think he's from Texas. He spent a lot of time up here in Chicago, and I think he's back down there now. He's been in Atlanta for a while with the Atlanta Black Star. Black Star Network is his network, and Roland Martin Unfiltered is on the Black Star Network. They're on a lot of cable channels. Like if you have like the digital TV stuff, you can find his thing on there. That ultimately is the goal for the bin. But I'm not exactly sure how to do all that stuff yet. So I got to get my salty grapes up enough to ask for some sort of mentorship with Roland. But that's the goal eventually, so that you guys can have stuff to watch all the time and maybe us not be here the entire time that it's live. You know what I mean? But Roland is highly respected in Black media. He's been a journalist for 30 years now. So instead of Jim Clyburn and getting the blessing, I would much prefer people go through Roland Martin or someone with skin in the game who actually gives a shit about Black people and will not say, I learned about AI last week. Abdul Sayed has been accused of having like problems with the Black population in Michigan. So I think this is a good interview for him to do. I think he handles it pretty well as a Black guy.
We've seen the attacks in public policy. We've seen the attacks budget. We see what the grossly unqualified Pete Hegseth is doing to deny Black people promotions in the United States military. We've seen more than 1 million Black women and men lose their jobs. Black unemployment skyrocketed. What will you do to confront the racist agenda against Black people, but specifically fighting for the economic opportunities for Black folks in Michigan?
I know what it is. How about
I'm not salty grapes.
Did it echo that time? I think it's the screen share that's making it echo. My bad.
So, the other one you didn't mention was just the attack on voting rights by the Supreme Court, by Supreme Court justices he helped to install. So I know that it all starts with the power to vote and the freedom to vote and representation in Congress. And so I think we need to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act. And then when it comes to economic development, too often the way that we think about economies is by passing a gigantic tax subsidy for a large corporation that promises to bring 200 or 500 jobs. Those jobs never really materialize. And if they do, they're working extra hard to figure out how to offshore or automate them immediately. So instead of that vision for economic development, what I'm more focused on is how do you empower the incredible human capital that sits in our communities by offering access to revolving capital loan funds so folks can take out a low or zero interest loan to build a great business, that they can employ people in the local community, they can keep that money flowing in the community as consumers and build small business oriented economies. And then
So I like that, because if some places have been struggling, a low or zero interest loan help you get over that hump, help you get through that rough patch. And that way you don't have to go in there and put a shovel into dirt and build new businesses. Help the fucking businesses that are already there.
When it comes to fighting for working people, too often we allow those corporations to punish workers, lay them off at will, allow them to spend their money to artificially inflate their stock prices through stock buybacks rather than investing in their workers and their wages and benefits. So I stand with unions. I'm proud to be endorsed by the American Federation of Teachers and the National Nurses United, and of course, the great UAW here in Michigan, who've been fighting for economic justice for a very long time. And so when it comes to standing with unions and working people, we need to pass the PRO Act to normalize union organizing in every sector of American life. So no matter
unions,
who you are, whether you're an entrepreneur or you're a worker, that you are going to know that the government is invested in capacity. And then finally, we've got to remember that too often when it comes to the communities that are denied access to resources or even union representation, too often it's the Black community. So we've got to be thinking about how is it that we're invested in the means of a good economy, like good schools. Detroit Public Schools alone, they just had $700 million investment into the quality of the school buildings, but that still leaves them, what, $1.7 million behind? So instead of sending our money abroad to do the worst things, I want to be invested in good schools and infrastructure that are the baseline.
Keeping it at home
of a good economy, because if you've got a great education, you get to go to an amazing school, the opportunities that you have coming out of that are so much vaster. And too often we allow the redlining of the past to pattern good access to good schools in the future, because we're still funding our education via property tax, which is a function of property value, which of course is a function of historical racism. So I think we've got to rethink a lot of the ways that we invest. We've got to invest more, and we've got to make sure we're unlocking the amazing talents in the community rather than giving big tax cuts to big corporations expecting that they're going to save us.
Let's get the fuck out of the Black community's way, and maybe they'll succeed on their own.
We've had so many voters. We've said so many voters have checked out of the process. When you look at the data, I've had numerous posters on talking about young Black voters, young voters, period. Voters between 18 and 35, really 18 and 44, who have checked out, who are turned off by the process. How do you reach them? What do you say to them? Those individuals who believe that government cannot impact their lives, even though there's not a single person in this country who is not impacted by government, whether it is federal, state, county, city, school board.
Yeah. First, I understand. I get it. I understand why you're frustrated. I get it why for you, it feels like you're only ever trying to stop things from getting heinously worse. And rather than just speak to young people, we center young people in this campaign, both in the movement that we're building, the 10,000.
Now, hold on. I see what's going on in the private chat or in the side chat. If it goes in the oven, I think it's okay. If there's cinnamon, it's okay.
And people knocking nearly 10,000 doors a day, but also in the policy that we are so serious about passing. The hard part about it is whether it's a Democrat or Republican, too often they're bought off by the same companies. DTE, our local utility that's raised our rates faster than in 46 other states over the last 20 years, or Blue Cross Blue Shield that raised our premiums 15% last year alone, or it's big tech.
Like, why did you need to raise the rates 15% in a 1 year? Bruh, I'm telling you, they are all stealing. They are all stealing. And they're just waiting for a Democrat to get in and put the rules back in place. They're going to push it as far as they can. As far as they can.
Wants to automate out your job and put a data center in your backyard, or big pharma that wants to keep the medication away from you that your tax dollars paid for innovating. All of them are buying both Democratic campaigns and Republican campaigns. So I get why you're frustrated and you feel like it's all futile anyway. Now, Donald Trump is heinous and awful, but at the same time, we've got to offer you something that you could fight for. And that's exactly this campaign. Now, we mentioned where Black voters might go in this race. And I can tell you this, whether you are Black or brown or white, if you're under the age of 50, chances are you're probably voting for this campaign. That's what the numbers continue to show. And so if we want a government that works for our future and that the future wants to be invested in, this campaign is offering a way forward that buys us out of the bipartisan consensus on too many of the issues, or worse, the bipartisan corruption in which we watch the biggest corporations and special interests buy campaigns on both sides. And so I think that's why we're resonating so clearly with young people.
Many white male Democratic strategists.
This will be the last question. We'll switch it up.
Want to spend so much time and energy trying to go back and reclaim those Reagan Democrats. They are fixated on white women in the suburbs. I've made the point that you put your money, time, and energy in the places where those are your natural constituencies. I've also made clear that if Black folks are the base of your party, where there are significant Black voters, the Democrats today are going to have to spend 4 times as much time, 4 times as much money on Black voters, because the old model is gone. The old model of simply going to Black churches in October.
That show, they will all do that too.
Visiting an NAACP dinner, dropping by an Urban League event, and that's no shade on the groups, but that's really what the old strategy was. What the old strategy was. Do you believe that that's what Democrats have to do now? That is, they have to make massive investments on the ground and talking to Black voters far earlier than they normally do. And I dare say a 6-9 month runway or 12-month runway versus, we'll get around to them in the second half of September, in October, and that last Sunday before Election Day.
Roland, I think you're absolutely right. And we've been having that conversation with Black voters for 15 months now. I will tell you this, though. We got to go even further back. Sure. I think too often we show up and politicians tell you that they're going to do X, Y, and Z, and then they never show up again, and then X, Y, and Z doesn't happen. And the reason X, Y, and Z doesn't happen is because that campaign was bought to you by the very people, right? Bought and paid for by the very people who are on the wrong side of X, Y, and Z happening. If you say we're going to reduce your healthcare costs, but you're taking money from the people who want to expand healthcare costs, big pharma, big insurance, the hospital chains, then don't be surprised when that doesn't actually materialize. So I think it actually goes back further to say, you actually got to put up or shut up. You actually got to show up and do the things you say you're going to do. And the only way you do that is if you offer a politics that is not bought by all the same people who are on the wrong side of the problem in the first place. But that takes time, and it takes resources, and it takes effort. What I'm hoping to be able to do, as we talked about, is win this primary and then run the best campaign Michigan has seen for the next 3 months, defeat Mike Rogers, but then spend the next 6 years in the U.S. Senate doing the things I said I was going to do. And then the next time I come back around, and it's not just going to be during Election Day, it's going to be to check in on the things that folks are telling me about, to understand what more could be done. But it's that ability to deliver, not just during Election Day, not just to mobilize voters, but to actually show the goods of what you delivered. Because
does he sound like a fucking radical to you guys? Does he sound insane? Does he sound like a socialist running around trying to bring Mao back from the, doesn't sound like that to me.
At the end of the day, if you've been lied to enough times, you're going to stay home. You look at the voter turnout numbers in a community like the city of Detroit, you're talking about the team.
Say it again.
You're going to stay home. The goods of what you delivered. Because at the end of the day, if you've been lied to enough times, you're going to stay home. You look at the voter turnout numbers in a community like the city of Detroit, you're talking about the teens. And we can't continue forward in a democracy when people don't show up because they've basically been taught that at the end of the day, it might not matter anyway. And you and I both know that that's not true.
Yeah, they're giving up hope. And you have to re-energize them or else they're going to say, fuck this. And that's why we lose to Republicans, is when the Democrats fail. That's the only way they win.
True. But at the end of the day, you got to be able to show the good stuff you can deliver to. And so it has to be a round the clock.
Hold on, Ollie. Look what I got.
I know nothing. Nothing.
Every part of the year kind of process, continuing in a call-in response with the community about what folks need.
All right, folks,
just cut it off. Just cut off the interview then. Damn. Middle of his answer. Damn, Uncle Ro. You don't have to do him like that. Shit. Get this over here.
Where are we in Michigan right now? We're very north, right? Traverse City, Michigan. How far are we from Canada? Hey, come on, 40. Oh my! So people don't think we're sniping her, but yeah, this is great. Oh, this is lovely.
This is lovely. Enjoy.
Hey, Haley. We don't sound. Oh, perfect. Oh my God. Haley. Oh my God. Haley Stevens. Oh my God. She's doing great. She says takes $46 million in PAC money. That's the kind of small town values Michiganders love. Haley Stevens, everyone. There you go. Haley, come on. $46 million.
Look at her. Look at
in PAC money coming from outside. It's not even coming from Michigan. These aren't even Michigan businesses. This is not even, there's not even US, but it's coming from outside the country. There you go.
Look at her running away.
Oh, wait, why are you leaving?
He's got a boot on his foot. He can't even go quick.
Come on. Oh, she's leaving. Wait, was it something I said? I feel like I say the wrong things. I have a problem reading the room sometimes. But Haley, I just wanted to talk about the $46 million in corporate PAC money that you're getting from all the is that going to help the Michiganders? There you go.
And she out of here. Like, imagine seeing him and leaving your own campaign event in the middle of a primary. Not even in the middle, towards the end of a primary. This is from a couple of days ago. So 1 week out, and you're doing this. You don't want to talk to anybody. You don't have to. Unbelievable. She done left her staff at the damn thing. Because that's homegirl. You see homegirl with the phone? This girl? That's homegirl from the questioning earlier. See her? Her. That's the one who was asked New York Times, Washington Post. That was her. That's crazy. I think that did. Oh, let's see how we did with Abdul Sayed. Abdul Sayed's not running away. He's not fleeing the room. He is not fleeing the room. Yeah, look at there.
Good to see you again.
It's been a minute since we had delicious.
Run! It's Walter! Run! He's coming! He's coming!
I'm not salty great. Yes.
Like, come on, lady. Oh, how did I not use that before? Oh, man, what a blunder. Oh, what a blunder. What a mistake. But let's hear how awful Walter Masterson is to Democrats.
Pizza.
Last time you came to my neighborhood, we had New York pizza.
Which is not as good as Detroit pizza.
We had New York pizza. Detroit pizza, they do the good thing. The cheese goes all the way to the crust. It's great. They work so hard. Detroit does. I think
Don't you condescend other people. I'm so sick of New Yorkers thinking that they just own pizza. You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
Try
earnest and
so hard. And it's just really just A for effort.
You know the story about Detroit South.
It's the consequences of my own dishonesty.
Oh, Pup gets all the golden stars today. Oh, that's funny.
I'm not salty great. Yes.
Pizza, right?
No, what's that?
So auto workers, they used to have the casts, and then they would have casts for like all the auto parts, and they decided to make pizza in the casts. So it is like authentic to Detroit. It's like a authentic, gritty manufacturing store
filled with iron filings.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah. So now you know.
Wait. What do you mean?
So when you make a car part,
okay,
there's a cast, and then you pour molten metal into it.
You used your arm when you said it, so it's like
no, like an arm cast.
It's like
yes, they eat the cast from all the broken limbs, and then they put cheese and marinara sauce with pepperoni, black olives, and bacon.
Like they had medical casts. This makes no sense.
Give me 3 top of mind issues that you think voters care about the most?
Number one, affordability, the ability to just literally afford anything, groceries, gas, rents, mortgage. Number two, healthcare. People are sick and tired of being sick and tired. And number three, the misuse of our tax dollars when we've clearly got things we got to build here, sending them abroad to do the worst things abroad.
That, my friends, is what message discipline sounds like. He only talks about his message. He only promotes his platform. Everything is about his 3-4 things that he wants to talk about. That's called discipline. But instead, Haley Stevens decided to get her goddamn salty grape running shoes.
I'm not salty great. Yes.
and beat feet. This, whether or not the people that are watching this live in Michigan, their friends might be in Michigan. So when, like, I have a lot of friends who will text or call me and ask me about, what do you know about so-and-so? What's so-and-so's deal? What about this? What's their record on this? What do you know about them? Are they a good person? And most of the time I know who the person is, but other times it's not. But I can give them the tools to figure out if they are. Let's see if they're a good person. Let's see who their campaign contributors are. Let's see what they voted on if they're an incumbent. Let's see. But this, like, Abdul Sayed is standing there having an interview with the guy. And she fucking ran, bro. Literally jumped into her, and they were like, oh, cover her head. From words? Walter was out there when they were protesting outside Zoran's house, and the guy fucking reached over him to fucking get the pipe bomb off. Crazy shit. He's not the guy.
I noticed you didn't mention Hassan Piker at all. It's funny.
That's like number 8.
That's number 8. Okay. I spoke to a lot of voters that showed up today. Not one of them mentioned Hassan Piker, trans people playing volleyball, or any of the manufactured online crises that we see.
Because Michigan is filled with normal, blue-collar, regular fucking people. All right? They're just normal. And most of these normal fucking standard issue Americans don't give a shit about these toxic ass wedge issues that the Republicans keep throwing in their face. But then they feel like they have to be on a side of everything because that's the framing. You know? Like trans athletes in college and high school sports should be pretty fucking far down the list, guys. Just because there's only, like, in Michigan, probably like 10. There's 55 in all of the NCAA. 55. That's what all this is about. 55 people. You could have let them finish out their 2 or 3 years and then said, all right, no one else is getting in until we figure something out. No one would have even known because it's 55 people. They act like a third of the league is just like trans athletes. It's not. It's like 55 out of 10,000. There's so many college athletes because they're college athletes because the school needs to make money off of the athletics, but the kid can't afford to pay tuition, so they have to do a sport, which in turn is indentured servitude for the college. And that's, I mean, it's, and the green grass grows all around and around, and the green grass grows all around.
There's a lot of manufactured crises around your campaign.
A lot of manufactured crises.
It's been interesting coming and talking to Michiganders, especially about Mike Rogers, because there's the big talking point is, well, I mean, you know, Syed is great, but he's not going to beat Mike Rogers. Come to find out, a lot of people don't like him.
No.
Okay, I got to say something. Maybe this is like new dad coded, because as Dad the Cold-Hearted, he's wearing a bracelet that his daughter made him, and I can see the little thingies that she made or that she selected for his bracelet. So while he talks, he fidgets with it. So in my head, he's thinking of his kids. He could be psychologically playing me. Like I could be getting had right now, but I do that too.
I beat him like a drum. I mean, the dude is like, he's the worst thing about both the Republicans of the 90s and the Republicans after Trump. Imagine like fusing the worst things you hate about both sides. That's that guy.
Last time I saw you, you said something great. That's wonderful. It's Donald Trump is not the disease of our politics. He's the symptom.
When Trump came to power, he came to power exploiting the fact that people have felt like their dollar didn't go as far, that they couldn't hold on to a job the same way. When you allow corporations to buy and sell politicians.
Is that Ayanna Pressley?
Then at the end of the day, don't be surprised. You play corporate games, you get corporate prizes. And they've been.
Yo, I need that on a shirt. Play corporate games, win corporate prizes. And then we put the elephant and the donkey on there. Play corporate games, win corporate prizes. That's a bar.
Able to figure out how to rig, in effect, the system so that legislation gets passed that's good for them and bad for us. You know, you think about free trade and the sordid history of free trade.
Oh my God, we should do a Salt Bay meme with grapes coming out of his hands. We should just put grapes instead of salt. Oh, that'd be funny. We need,
like
the bin needs a photo. God damn it. Okay. The bin needs a Photoshop department. Oh shit. Let me see if I can get the link.
If it did, big corporations who lost.
Hold on. Stop talking. Hold on. Okay. There we go. Okay. How do let me see if I know how to do this. How do I? Okay. Hold on. Discord people. Okay. Invite to server. Okay. Or send server link to a friend. Okay. Copy. Where's my thing at? All right. Can I close this? I need it to actually close though, because it likes to fucking give me notifications, and I hate that. Ta-da! We have a Discord server. I'm gonna try to make it my thing to be on there daily. I won't be on there all day, but I will try to check in there once a day. So funnel on over.
Workers. But
yes, we need a fucking meme department so that we can get this. Dude, you know what the worst part is? The Discord is, I mean, I might have made that in 2018. I think I've probably put a total of 30 hours into it.
That's been the experience, I think, of Michiganders for a very long time. So he came in exploiting that system. We dealt with the symptom for 4 years.
Wait, I feel like you're implying that.
Yo, I like Detroit's whole fucking swagger, dude. She's rocking the Detroit versus everybody hat. Like that is literally their creed. They are so willing to say fuck you to everybody else at the drop of a hat, and they will do it themselves. Like, that's the Michigander way.
I'm not salty great. Yes.
China doesn't pay the tariff. Is that what I mean? Is that what he's saying? You're saying China pays the tariff though.
We pay the tariff, my guy.
Wait,
we pay the tariff.
Okay. All right. You know what? Agree to disagree here. But no, I appreciate
we now had
that.
2 disagreements. Detroit
right.
style pizza,
and
clearly better than New York. And who?
He's right. Okay. Sorry, Tim. If you wanted to defend yourself, you probably should have fucking showed up. All right. So I'm gonna fucking side with the future senator and say that Detroit is better than New York.
Who pays the tariff? On which I'm objectively right about both of them. But.
Yeah.
Objectively, he's a doctor.
What's a good Detroit style pizza in Detroit that I can?
So everybody will tell you Buddies, but the right answer is Sicily's in Southwest Detroit.
Okay, I'm gonna go try Sicily.
I like that. It's like
Sicily's.
Like caramelized cheese on the edge.
Okay.
I'm gonna try Sicily.
Yo, don't vote for him, man. He over here making me hungry during the show. I take it all back. All back. Nope, never mind. I am off the fucking bandwagon starting now. I didn't know he was going to be over here making me hungry the whole time.
Sicily's tonight. Last time I met him, he came to my neighborhood and we had
I'm not gonna lie,
incredible
it was
pizza.
delicious pizza. Like it was very,
Yeah.
very good. I mean,
Yeah.
and look,
What did I do? Did I do it wrong? Oh. Okay. Thanks, Ollie. What did it do? Oh, it says a lot of.
I mean, if you can get
And-
Blender Street Pizza in New York, it's phenomenal. It's just not
it's phenomenal.
Sicily's. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's all right. So I'm
It's
gonna
okay
go
if
try
it's second best at
Sicily's
something, my guy.
right now. I'm gonna go try it
You
right
got the
now.
Knicks, all right? You got the Knicks.
Yeah.
We got Detroit style pizza.
Yeah, thank you. No, this
Yeah, the Pistons really did stink up the place. So, I mean, he looks totally radical. Totally radical. I'm not sure how they're I'm not sure how they're going to keep trying to spin that into like he's scary. He's not. He just isn't. He's annoyed a lot, but he doesn't strike fear in the hearts of men. I'm sorry, it just doesn't go that way. And if you guys missed it earlier, we are not going to get anything until 8:00 as far as results go. We might kick off the stream again. Oh, I know what I want to watch. Corey Bush, Jamal Bowman. Okay. All right. Shout out to our favorite unk. What is this? What is this? Okay. Our favorite unk, Mehdi Hassan and Zateo. Here is the this is an hour-long episode, so there's no way we can watch the whole thing, but there's some interesting stuff. Okay. Yeah, there's some interesting stuff in here. Let's go here.
But I can't wait for the next few episodes for us.
So on the right, I have to do reverse here. So on the right, you have Corey Bush. She represents Missouri District District 1, which is St. Louis. My home district. I'm from Missouri 1. And she would have been my congressperson, but I had already moved back up here to Chicagoland. And that is Jamal Bowman. Jamal Bowman. And he was in New York, I believe. And they both got pushed out by AIPAC-backed candidates. But there's some good meat in here that everyone needs to hear.
To really dig into it. So, let's talk about what happens behind the curtain.
Big money in politics, special interests. The reason why people don't trust that place is because of big money in politics. It's because of special interests. The reason why the majority of Americans do not trust a member of Congress, the reason why they think that the majority of Americans believe that a member of Congress will actually take a bribe. Can you believe that? The majority of Americans of
Law says, I like Mehdi, but he does, like so many others, he talks, shouts over the person he debates. It is how it is nowadays. That is uniquely UK. Like, I know it, like the talking over shouting thing, like the Piers Morgan shit, but it is not uncommon, especially like it's hard for culturally, it's difficult for me to listen to LBC a lot because the person, like, whether it's Louis Goodall or even James O'Brien or any of them, I could be talking or saying a sentence, the lazy brown dog slept on the floor in the quick. And so anyways, about and they will just right in the middle of your fucking sentence. And I don't know if it's just like a relic from the time of radio where that was more acceptable, and we're trying to like smush all of the words into the tightest block. And I know, especially when you have commercials and stuff, you have to be tighter on your time. And maybe that's like a relic from those kinds of reporting, but I hate it. I'm a long form dude. I'd rather have a 14-hour conversation with somebody than get interrupted on every single question. You know what I mean? Like, let's just fucking camp out, get some fucking Uber Eats ordered, and we'll sit down and hash this out. I would much rather do that than they're fucking pecking at you the entire time you're trying to talk.
Americans believe that.
Yeah.
But then when you look at, what is it, 15 billion or something like that spent on elections, on lobbying every single year, it's crazy, man. So,
I don't know if Tim's still around, but Tim, in the future or past, hi. I think I found a way to one fell swoop get rid of the money in politics. Because the money in politics goes to either the printers who are making those little leaflet things, but I mean, those are annoying, or it goes to TV ads. Don't they have to pay for those ads? Isn't that income? I think that income, that particular subset of income, like contributions from political PACs or any associated governmental group or political group, should be taxed higher. Like, I don't know, 70%. If you want to run TV ads, that's fine. You can pay the distributor and he'll fucking put out your advertisement for you. But that income that they just got, we're taxing it. Taxing the shit out of it. Tim, from the past future, let me know.
So when we ask the question, why doesn't more get done?
Mm-hmm.
Why aren't the American people being served? Why can't we raise the minimum wage? Why can't we get childcare, affordable housing, paid leave?
Mm-hmm.
It's because most of the members of Congress are listening to special interests. They're not listening to the people.
Absolutely. And it's the hypocrisy of it. You know, when we say, you know, we're standing strong against fascism and we are, you know, we want to help the working class and regular everyday people in our communities. But then when it's time to do that, like you said, when we can work for Medicare for all, do we know? When we can really do the work for a Green New Deal, when we could really build back better Act. When I say the Build Back Better Act, that whole debacle.
We about to have
This is what they did not want Corey and Jamal talking about.
a story for y'all right now. You've never heard this story before. It's the first time we've told this story in full publicly ever.
Everybody sit down and pay attention.
The Build Back Better fight, to me, that fight
and people wonder why I refuse to label myself as a Democrat.
captures everything that's wrong with our government
Absolutely.
in one situation. So
Sure.
we both were elected in 2020. We won
Yeah.
our elections in 2020.
Yeah.
In 2020, this was the middle of COVID,
Yes.
right?
Yes. My God.
This was a couple of weeks. I won my primary a couple of weeks after George Floyd was lynched in front of
Right.
the American people. When we both were sworn in, it was still COVID,
Yes.
right? And so people
January.
weren't working anymore, right? People didn't have money to buy groceries.
It's tough.
The economy was shut down. So we introduced some legislation to respond to that. The American Rescue Plan, we passed some other legislation.
Yes.
The next big one to restart the whole economy was Build Back Better.
Build Back Better.
And Biden was really clear. He wanted to pass Build Back Better and the infrastructure
Yes.
bill, right? And progressives held the line to make sure we did both at the same time.
Well, we held the line,
No, yeah.
but there was some conversations that had to be had before we even decided to hold the line, because
Correct.
we were saying we want to make sure that the climate investment was there because because many of the groups were saying, hey, this isn't enough on climate. And so we were getting attacked. I don't know about you, but I know I was getting attacked for not asking for more. And so what we said was, okay, President Biden, if we're going to go through getting attacked in this area, you know, you have to, and because we're supporting your legacy, which is, it's great things in here, absolutely necessary now things, you know, we need some help. So we need to make sure that both of these bills ride together. That's the only way we can do this.
It's not just about roads, bridges, and tunnels.
No.
So the bipartisan infrastructure bill was all about roads, bridges, and tunnels.
Absolutely.
We said we need social infrastructure as well. So we needed universal child care.
Yes.
Universal pre-K, paid leave.
This was right after COVID. This was all the treats that the Democrats were supposed to deliver because they won the election.
Investments, historic investments in affordable housing.
Absolutely.
Climate justice.
Yeah. Well, so we finally decided, okay, President Biden said, I need my legacy. So we're going to keep these together, fight to keep these bills together. And so we did. So then months passed, and then all of a sudden,
we held the line.
Oh shit, I forgot Pup is here. Sorry. I didn't mean to say tree.
Months. We were not going to take a vote on infrastructure without Build Back Better.
And so then that that group of senators was formed, Kirsten Sinema, and then there was
Mnuchin.
A bipartisan group of senators. I believe it was bipartisan.
That's right. They had a meeting at the White House.
Yes, and then so much changed out of that. But when those two bills, when it was clear that there were going to be two separate bills, and we had already had those conversations, but when it was clear, remember, the investment kept going down, and we were like, no, because we need this investment. We need, like you said, the money. That was more money for lead pipes than what we had.
It was 3.9 trillion. Did it start at 3.9 and go down, or did it?
We were at, I thought we were at 10, and then it went down to 6, and then down to 3, then it went down to 1.7, I believe.
See?
So it just kept taking the investment down. So the day, all of a sudden, there was this day where
it was a Friday.
Was it a Friday? We came to work, and it was all of a sudden we were bringing the infrastructure bill to the floor
without Build Back Better.
Without Build Back Better, without Build Back Better, without knowing when Build Back Better may come up.
That's right.
And so, you know, there was a meeting pulled together with the CPC, with the Congressional Progressive Caucus, and we were in the meeting.
Yeah.
We were in this meeting for hours.
Yeah.
You could not see what was happening. We didn't have the media.
See, smoke-filled back rooms.
We couldn't see on television what was going on because things were happening so fast.
It was a closed door meeting.
Yes, closed door meeting. I remember I left for a little while and went to my office to see what's happening on television, and I saw Joe Manchin talking about, I don't care what happens, I'm not supporting Build Back Better. Like, it's just not going to happen. So I went back into the meeting. Hours and hours passed. We're still talking.
Manchin is the one who voted with ran as a Democrat, voted with the Republicans, and then quit.
And we're going round and round. President Biden is talking to people in the meeting, and then there's this one point where President Biden called. And the question was asked, who should get on the phone with President Biden? Who should talk to President Biden? And it was almost like people turned around. It was like, Corey, talk to President Biden. And so I went, and I was still on speakerphone, but I went up and spoke to him. And I said, Mr. President, I'm a no. I'm not going to vote for this if we don't have the infrastructure bill, if we don't have Build Back Better being voted on at the same time. And he said, well, I need you to do this. And I said, well, I need Build Back Better. And
hello, I told my people I was bringing home the bacon. You not giving my bacon to other people. No.
He said, well, I'll get it done. Trust your president. And I said,
trust but verify, Skeletor.
I just saw Joe Manchin on TV. I just saw him say he's not going to support Build Back Better. So why would I do this? And he said, just trust your president. And I said, no. I said, St. Louis deserves better. I'm not just trusting the president. So you got to show me.
So hold on. So I'm like,
show me state, baby. That's how we roll. I ain't got to trust you. Prove it.
Like my stomach sinks because Corey is talking to the president this way. Like this is the president of the United States, and we freshman members of Congress.
Yeah.
What is Corey doing? So
if you're in St. Louis right now, please get me some pizza and please mail it to my address right now. I need it. I need it in my life. Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, Chris, if you're looking on, keep well, mate. So Corey is running in her primary against Wesley Bell. Wesley Bell. So let's look at some of the attack ads against her. Here we go.
Right here in Missouri could end up influencing the Democratic Party's entire sense of direction moving forward. I'm Jimmy Himes Ryan. I'm a producer at 9 PBS in St. Louis, and I'm talking about the race for Missouri's 1st congressional district.
I mean, I came to Congress as the activist. I call myself the politivist.
Our opponent has been running on division, and we've been running on a vision.
It's important to be a team player.
St. Louis in District 1 was.
If Nancy Pelosi don't get herself into her sarcophagus before she dries out, like she knows she can't be out there in the sunlight like that. Get in your coffin, hang upside down, grab a rabbit or two.
A pioneering kind of like place for many other discussions of the tensions in the Democratic Party.
Put the edges on your gingerbread house,
And I think that goes unappreciated because it's easy to just, write it off.
The district represents the city of St. Louis and a significant part of St. Louis County. The seat to represent it has ping-ponged between two faces very familiar to St. Louisans, Cori Bush and Wesley Bell. Bush held the seat before Bell primaried her in the 2024 election and won. Now the shoe's on the other foot, and they're running against each other again.
If you were to describe each of these two people to someone who maybe isn't fully familiar with the region's politics, and you wanted to put it in simplest terms, what would you say?
Yeah, I would say that both Cori Bush and Wesley Bell, their rise in politics directly came from Ferguson. And that saw them take two different paths.
Dr. Michael Strawbridge is a political science professor at Wash U. He also grew up right here in St. Louis with a front row seat to the professional development of both candidates, born out of the police and
Billy says, I'm going up. Hassan, the other day, he sounded like Pierce Morgan in accent. They're both hearkening back to what in their brain the professional news radio in the UK sounded like. Like they're both kind of like going back to that broadcaster voice. Like most sports presenters in this country all sound the same because they're always trying to sound like Joe Buck or one of the other, or not John Madden, you know what I'm saying? But they're all trying to like imitate that standard of like presenting radio broadcast voice. So they're both trying to be the punchy investigative journalist in accent. So yeah, they sound the same.
Public responses to the killing of Mike.
Didn't they used to work together at some point? I think they did, huh?
Michael Brown in Ferguson in 2014. Bell built a career as a prosecutor, and Bush embraced roles in organizing and activism.
She's someone that was a progressive and willing to challenge the Democratic Party in ways that made them uncomfortable. You contrast that with Wesley Bell. He's someone that was also deeply motivated by what happened in Ferguson.
Yeah, America is so different. It does, warps you.
And you can't take that away from him. But I think where they differ is he definitely could be portrayed more as a member of the establishment. He's not going to be the one to rock the boat like Cori Bush is of the Democratic Party. He seems much more loyal and willing to vote in favor with them.
He comes there not to rant, but to legislate.
Former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi appeared alongside Bell in St. Louis last week to offer her official endorsement. Major labor unions like the United Auto Workers are also endorsing his re-election campaign. Bush has received support from the Democratic Socialists of America, and popular leftist influencer Hassan Piker campaigned for and endorsed her during an appearance in St. Louis earlier this year. And perhaps nothing defines the ideological rift within the party itself this midterm election cycle more than Israel's influence on U.S. politics.
In your district, historically, incumbents have been pretty safe from challenges from inside the party. But why do you think you faced such a hard challenge?
100%, because of my position as it relates to Palestinian liberation.
Throughout her time in Congress, Bush has characterized Benjamin Netanyahu as a war criminal, his government as genocidal, and its actions in Gaza an ethnic cleansing campaign. Those positions drew the ire of the Israel lobby. The American Israel Public Affairs Committee, or AIPAC in particular, raised millions of dollars to help Wesley Bell defeat Bush in 2024.
How much do you think that hurts him now because of the shifting views toward Israel?
Oh, it's definitely detrimental. You know, because it's hard to separate yourself from one of your biggest sources of campaign donations.
Strawbridge says the outcome of this primary in particular will be so relevant.
I love me some Feynman.
Because it'll be an indicator of the Democratic Party's willingness and ability to withstand inter-party division.
You know, you can't have your cake and eat it too. You can't want a party of different ideas and then be surprised when those different ideas create conflict within your party. You have to find a way to appreciate how that conflict can make you a better party if you actually listen to everyone who's speaking up.
Keep an eye on the 9PBS YouTube page, our Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram as well for more of my discussion with Dr. Michael Strawbridge. And just a reminder, the primary is on Tuesday, August 4th.
Okay. I got a couple of searches left. So thus far, he's raised 5.36 and spent 4.92 million. She's raised 3.93. Okay. Oh, wait, whoa. That was last time. Let's see what it is this time. Okay. So he's raised 3.27 and she's at 1.2. One candidate raised 73% of the money, and it was Bell. Total raised and spent by candidate, 3 million. Let's see. Oh, it's not moving like that. Oh, I thought it was just moving. Okay. Industries. Huh. Interesting. Ideology / single issue. I wonder what that has to do with St. Louis. I wonder what issue it is. It's not defense, transportation, labor, finance, insurance, real estate, health, communications, electronics, lawyers, lobbyists, other, construction, miscellaneous business, or agribusiness, or energy and natural resources. There's one that's bigger than everything else put together. Interesting. Almost more than everything else put together. Let's see what these organizations are. American Israel Public Affairs Committee. Does anybody know what that is? American Israel Public Affairs Committee. And then the next closest is Boeing at 26 grand. Because again, guys, this is one House seat in one district in Missouri. But for some reason, there's over $1 million in AIPAC money in this race. Now this is from Open Secrets. They are nonpartisan and they are fact finders, and they just report what they see. So am I crazy? You know? Well, it's influence over each other, like Cleveland, New York. Oh man. Surely calling for the Liberation Party says that. No. Unbelievable. So let's see. PAC funding mix by candidate for 25. Yeah, this is the right year. Each bar normalized to 100% so you can compare funding composition regardless of total dollars raised. So Corey has taken 10 grand and he's at 353K. Wow, look at this. Interesting. $2.1 million of out-of-state spending in this race in St. Louis. Wow, 76% of Wesley Bell's millions of dollars is out of state. And 94% of her $1 million is out of state. And she's not even at $1 million, honestly. It's like 900. It's a little short. 930. Wow. Interesting. Interesting. I like how they break all this stuff down. Interesting. Who's writing the checks? The fellas are writing the checks in this race, it would appear. Interesting. So when they look you in the face and they tell you, oh, this guy's for the fucking people, careful. Let's see what this one's.
And as Missourians head to the polls, a race right here for the Missouri 1st is being closely watched nationwide. Former Congresswoman Cori Bush is trying to win back her old seat from incumbent lawmaker Wesley Bell. Days before the primary, former Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi joined Wesley Bell at
a Nancy the Butcher
campaign event in Ferguson. Cori Bush's campaign criticized that move, saying Bell only asked national Democratic leaders to make his case for re-election, not to highlight the need for federal tornado relief in North St. Louis. Bell has been...
Yeah, because they had those horrible storms or whatever, and Mark Wayne is playing hide the pickle with the money again.
Bush as a combative lawmaker who can't cooperate with her own party. Bush, meanwhile, has criticized Bell for being supported by AIPAC, a pro-Israel lobbying group.
Now there is a larger share, I don't know if it's a majority, but a larger share of Democratic primary voters that see that support as baggage. And so Cori Bush is trying to make this race all about that. And she's trying to paint Wesley Bell as closer to President Trump and someone who Democrats can't trust. Wesley Bell is trying to say he's got more experience, he's more composed, he shows up to work, he's someone who can bridge the divide and negotiate and cut a better deal for St. Louis.
Both Wesley Bell and Cori Bush.
She literally told Biden no to his fucking, well, on the phone, but essentially to his face that no, fuck you. We do need Build Back Better. And all these fucking corporate Dems that you guys keep fucking play corporate games, win corporate prizes. And they fucking said, actually, nah. Actually, no Build Back Better. No trillions of dollars of infrastructure and jobs and money pouring into Americans' hands. No, fuck all that.
Have faced a bit of legal trouble this campaign season. Bell was recently named in a lawsuit after a contentious 2025 town hall ended, with several protesters being forcefully removed. Meanwhile, Bush's use of tornado relief donations is being investigated by the state's Republican Attorney General.
6 minutes after the hour here in
because of course they're investigating her.
Today, voters in St. Louis County will not only decide some key races, they will also weigh in on a new internet sales tax. So if this is approved, Proposition U would put a 3.5% tax on items bought online. That means you'd pay an extra $17 for a $500 item. Council members say the extra revenue will help get the county out of its budget deficit.
Roll the clip.
Even if we was to use all the NFL money, it's only going to get us through maybe next year. Then we're going to be crossing our fingers again in November, because we'll put it right back on the ballot in November to see if we can get it to come across.
If it doesn't pass today, the council will.
All right, proposition simple majority required. Shall St. Louis County impose a local use tax at the same rate as the total local sales tax rate, provided that if the local sales tax rate is reduced or raised by voter approval, local use tax rate shall also be reduced or raised by the same action.
Will say it will be back on.
I mean, you could tax rich people, but I mean, there's that.
Ballot in November.
And of course, early voting for the Missouri primary election wrapped up last night at 5 p.m. Election officials are expecting the highest turnout for a primary since 2004. Part of that is driven by statewide amendments that are on the ballot. Missouri Secretary of State Denny Hoskins expects more than 1 million voters to vote. That is roughly 32% of the registered voter population. Early voting is up across St. Louis City and County, and St. Charles County Election Director Kurt Baer says their early numbers point to a 40% turnout.
Anytime there's a big ballot measure, whether it's the initiative petition or something from the legislature like Amendments 4 and 5 are, with the August primary, we see that there's definitely an increase in voter turnout. The other thing that we've noticed is a number of people who are asking for the nonpartisan ballot, which doesn't have any candidates on it. It only has those ballot measures.
In St. Charles County, you got to go to your assigned polling place to vote. But in St. Louis City and St. Louis County, you can go to any official polling place.
Before you head to the polls today, check out our voter guide on KSDK.com. We've got all the information you need to know about how to vote, along with the candidates and issues on your ballot. Just text the word guide to 314-425-5355 and we'll send you a link.
There you go. Come on, St. Louis. It's actually not that bad of a day today. The weather's not so horrendous, and it's not like 1 million degrees and or drowning underwater as it likes to do. Let's see here. How was your lunch, stinky butt? Is she wearing your tank top as a dress? She's already taking your clothes.
Noise if you are ready to fire Diana Harshbarger. Yeah, me too. Me too. I'm ready to take her seat.
This is Christy. You guys should check it out.
I know that we are all here because we understand the situation that we're all in. We understand how severe this situation is, and we want to do more, right? We can't just sit at home and complain about it. We can't just complain about it on the internet, and we can't even just vote. We have to vote, but we can't just vote. We have to do more than that. We have to get behind candidates who are willing to step up and willing to run, like Sarah Jane, like Jerry Green, people who have heart and spine and are willing to fight for the things that we all deserve, which is healthcare as a human right. I mean, that's a no-brainer, right? We all deserve to see a doctor, all of us. We are the wealthiest nation.
Light smattering of people. I like it.
On earth. And we have more than enough resources. We have.
You know what's funny? Mrs. Famine tried to tell me about her, and I was trying to tell her about her. She's like, I'm already subscribed to her.
Have more than enough funding to be able to make sure everybody can see a doctor. It's not that we can't do it. It's that we don't prioritize it, and it's time to prioritize it. People in our district are going years without medical care. They are losing their insurance. They're having to drive an hour just to see a doctor. And that should never be happening in the United States of America. And so we have to prioritize the well-being of all people. We have to prioritize public health because that is at the foundation of the majority of the problems that we're facing. And so this is
Tennessee is
crucial.
August
It is a
6th, so
non-negotiable
they got
for me.
Thursday.
The next thing that we need to focus on is making sure that every single child has equal access to high quality education. And I'm running for a federal office, okay? And people like to say, oh, that's a state issue. No, when the state doesn't take care of its people and its kids, then the federal government needs to step in and take care of its people and kids.
It's almost like that's why we voted for representatives in DC in the first place, was to have somebody to lobby for our interests and to, I don't know, get some of that federal money to us, not just collect the federal money and then let it sit there forever.
And Tennessee's
Never
not taking
spend it.
care of your kids. Tennessee is taking money out of your rural schools and they're shipping it off to wealthy families who already have more than they need, who can already afford to send their kids to private school, and they're giving them free vacations with your tax dollars and closing down your kids' schools.
I think I need to just go around to these political speeches and just bring my own air horn. You know what I mean? Just be just to add a little ambiance.
And so what we need to do is we need to make sure that we
There's a lot of old white people here. They might freak out.
restore the Department of Education, that we fund it, and that it is providing equal opportunity for every single child. Parents can have choice all they want, but not on your tax dime, okay? And not at the expense.
No, but I need to be able to, I'm stuck. I need to be able to have a free voucher so my kid can go to a 40 grand a year school. No, the school is not just inflating the price because they know that there's going to be a voucher coming, so they can just keep upping the rent, you know? Like, damn all that. Oops.
Not at the expense of your child's education. And so we're going to protect that because that's important. Another thing that we need to do is make sure that the working class isn't continuing to carry the tax burden of the billionaires and the corporations that keep taking and taking and taking.
What? What? Oh, baby. The new free diving world record, guess how deep? It's in meters. So guess how deep? 129. Whew. That boy was 4'1" when he was down there. Came up, he was 6'8". Jesus, dude. I was just telling the wife the other day, I was like a 10, 15 foot pool. It's okay. Like, I don't mind swimming in that water, especially down on the bottom. It's fine. I mean, you kick up and you're up to the surface in like literally a second. So it's not scary or anything. But the pressure does like fuck with your ears after a while. Can you fucking imagine 129 meters? Jesus.
We can't go on like this. Money is a resource. It has to flow through our economy. It has to. It can't just trickle up and stop. And that's what we've been seeing for years now. It does not trickle down. We all know that. It's a lie. And so we need to balance things back out and make sure that when the billionaires and the corporations are using our roads and, poisoning our water and our air, and we're having to clean up the mess, that they're paying their fair share, that they're cleaning up the mess, that they're paying for the roads that they're breaking, that they're giving people fair wages and good working conditions and taking care of their workers.
She's crushing this speech, though. I'm not going to lie. She is smashing this shit.
Everybody here is what carries our country, carries our society, teachers and doctors and everyday people. We're the ones that are carrying this and are giving these people the opportunity to take and take and take and buy their 10th vacation home and then lobby our government for more tax breaks so they can make more money, hoard more wealth, and then lobby our government again and again and again. And then we're going to be left with nothing. And that is unacceptable to me, and it should be unacceptable to all of you too. And so if you're not angry right now, you're not paying attention. But I think we're all angry. Am I right? Yeah, we're pissed off, right? Yeah. And we're
Yo, pissed off works. Pissed off gets butts off the couch into the polls. You want people to be pissed off.
gonna do something about it, right? Yeah, that's right. And so what I want to do is I want to make sure every single person feels empowered to do something. I want to remind you that your voice does matter. Your vote does count. Tennessee has been counted out over and over and over again. It's because they've disenfranchised us. They have made us feel powerless. They have taken over this entire state and made it feel as though we can't do anything about it. That is by design. And so outside of our district, outside of our state, people just say, Tennessee's a lost cause. They're so red. That's just MAGA. They're never going to change. And that's what we hear over and over and over again. And let me tell you, that is a self-fulfilling prophecy. It's
Right.
not true unless you make
That is literally giving up in advance. You are already conceding defeat if you even give defeat a seat at the table. We are winning is the attitude until you win.
make it true. And so what we have to do is we have to step up and change it when we see that things aren't going the way
Yeah,
they're supposed
she's
to
great.
go. And that's why I decided to run for office. I'm not a politician. This is nothing that I would have ever thought that I wanted to do with my life. And I think a lot of us don't want to be spending all of our time knocking on doors and trying to get people engaged and convince people why we can flip this district. It's hard work. And a lot of us just want to go live our lives, and we deserve the right to do that. The government is supposed to be upholding our right not only to life and liberty, but also to pursue happiness. And we can't be very happy when we're living underneath a fascist, authoritarian, Christian nationalist regime.
That clip's got legs.
And so what it's time to do is take this energy and spread it out in our district, spread it out in our state, and all across the United States. Get everybody fired up. Remind them of their power, hope, and courage. These things are contagious. When you go out there and you are loud and unapologetic about where you stand, about your values, about your visions, and about what you're fighting for, other people join in. They believe that they can change it too. And the next thing you know, we're all getting together in this big space and we're changing the world. And we have the ability to do that. We just have to believe it. That's the first step. Once you believe it, the action follows. And that's it. You just keep marching on. And that's what we're going to do.
She's got chops. They can say whatever they want to say. She's just some YouTube. Say what you want to say. I know I wouldn't want to run against her.
And when I get to Congress, I'm going to make sure that we have healthcare. I'm going to make sure our schools are funded, make sure we have a fair tax system, but also make sure that our government is accountable to the people, because it's not. We need a major system overhaul, okay? And that's all from the bottom all the way up to the top and on both sides, okay? I am running as a Democrat, and I believe in the Democrat Party, but I believe in making the Democrat Party better, okay?
Nice distinction. Put some daylight between you and the corpse of Joe Biden.
No more of this status quo Democrats. No more moderates. No more straddling a line. No more holding paddles. No, we're locking arms. We're lacing up our boots. We're standing firm, and we're fighting for what we deserve, okay?
Yeah, I don't know if it was James Clyburn or who it was who told them to not fucking disrupt his fucking speech and to hold up those fucking paddles like little mute puppies, you know, like looking like it was just the worst optic you possibly could have had. This motherfucker is saying, and then I'm gonna march around America hunting down my enemies, and then these motherfuckers are sitting there holding a little lollipop sign. The worst visual possible.
But I can't do that alone. I wish that I could. I wish I could just come in and save the day, but I can't do that. No one person can, no one candidate can. It's going to take all of us working together, real grassroots change. And that's what this campaign is about. We could try to appeal to corporations and take big checks and, hire an outside consulting firm, and they can do all the.
And again, where is that money going? They keep raising all this money to spend on advertising, spend all that stuff. And then we're like, oh man, if only we had more money for things. It's $15 billion per election season. And it's even more during like presidential runs every 4. So what are we talking about? We have money going to somebody. It just ain't getting taxed.
Work for us. That's what the Republicans are doing. And look what we get for that. And so we're not going to do that. We know that we have to actually put in the work, and we have to put in a lot more work than they put in. And it sucks. I'm not going to lie. It sucks, but it doesn't suck as bad when we're all doing it together, right?
Misery does love company.
And I would not be doing this if I didn't believe in us, if I didn't look around my community that I've been organizing and protesting with for the last year and a half, ever since Diana Harshbarger's last ever town hall. And I didn't see you every day showing up and organizing and doing what you're supposed to do, what we're told to do, when the government is no longer working to uphold our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. We got a blueprint. And it told us that when it's not working for us, we alter or abolish it and we start a new one. And so that's what we're doing today. We're starting a new one, okay? And it's going to take a lot of work and effort, but the more of us that work, the less work it is for each individual. And that's what I'm trying to do. That's what we're all trying to do today, is make sure that everybody shows up and does their part. There is no one way to win this, or there's no one way to volunteer. Some people don't want to have those hard conversations and knock on doors. It's just not their thing. So those people might be great at doing texting, or maybe those people would be great at delivering signs or setting up at events. There are so many ways that you can help, whether you have
carrying these heavy ass folding chairs, setting up these taking the trash out. Someone's got to get these leaves out of this gutter. That's the only way to help the campaign. There's a spider upstairs. I haven't been upstairs in my bedroom in 2 weeks. There's a spider in there. Maybe somebody in the campaign can get in there and, let me sleep in my bed again now that the monster is gone.
Have an hour a month, or you have 10 hours a week, no matter what it is, you can help. There is always something for everyone. And we need as many people involved, active, and engaged as possible. And we will win this if everybody participates. We will win this.
Let's go, Chrissy.
And just imagine how much things could change. Imagine impeaching Trump, okay? Imagine abolishing ICE and putting that money into our community. Imagine bringing dignity and compassion and respect for our neighbor back. We can do it. We just all need to work together. So I am asking you, please, if you are here today and you believe in this too, I am asking you to please visit one of our booths or all of them, sign up and help us out. Help out all the candidates. And we're all in this together. We're building these coalitions now. And so helping.
Okay, so she's wrapping up. I'm going to switch over here. Let me put the link. If you guys want to sub to her channel and keep tabs on her. Her race is Thursday. So Tennessee people, Thursday is your day. Today is, let me pull up the NBC thing again. Primary races. Okay. All right, you know what I should do? I should screenshot this. Is what I should do with my big old human brain. Okay. And we're going to take this, do new. All right. So we got save, close, media assets, more, add, downloads, boom, open, don't have space. God damn it. I'm getting rid of this. What is this? Can I put it up here? Yeah. Okay. So today we got Kansas Democrat primary for governor and Republican primary for governor. Michigan House 10. Michigan House 10 Republican. We have the Republican and Democratic Missouri District 1. Michigan Senate Democratic primary. And Michigan House District 7. House District 13 in Michigan. House District 11 in Michigan. And Washington House District 4. So we're not going to get any numbers yet. Not quite. Why is this up here like this? Oh, like this. There we go. So let's see. Kansas. Oh man, this looks like a horrible race. Maybe there's some good people running. I don't know. And then we got Wisconsin governor coming up. I think that's next Tuesday. Let's see if there's any polling. I removed my damn self. Let's see what the polling says. Michigan primary polls. What the heck? Let's see what PBS is talking about. Where's the polls at? I don't see no ding dang polls. This says live results. Okay. Michigan primary polls. Yeah, I don't know what it searched, but that is not what I asked for. Oh, here we go. Oh, Emerson. Let's see what Emerson's talking about. I think Emerson is a little right of center. Okay. Here it is. So right now it looks like El Sayed is up 54-39. I mean, McMurrow's still at 2%, but she should be at nothing percent. She already dropped out. And that leaves 6% of people undecided. I told you guys, it's fucking over, dude. I mean, where's Witchy Goth at? We got the vultures. They circling. It's over, dude. It's Jover. Independents break for El Sayed by a 27-point margin, 60-33, while Democrats break for El Sayed by 9 points, 50-41. That's it. We're done here. Yeah, this is all over. We're done. We're done. I mean, did she win any? Okay, so she's winning the old demographics, the 60-69 and the 70+. But she is losing in every single other demographic. And for everyone in the back, who's the largest voting demographic now? Millennials. And that ends at the 49, I guess. That's it. We are here now. We are all grown up and we're voting for the politicians that we like. And we refuse to be bullied or lectured by the James Clyburn Carville. Let me grab that Carville clip. the embarrassment that he's become. Like, I ain't never seen somebody ever be salty or grapes. You know what I mean? Like, he is salty grapes.
I'm not salty great. Yes.
He is. But he is. He's never had a oh yeah, he went on. Oh yeah, he goes on Fox News all the time. Let's see the latest. Month ago, 6 months ago, 17 hours ago, 20 hours ago, 1 day ago. Here we go.
I'm glad you left off with Wisconsin, Doug. Thank you, because with that, we're going to bring in Wisconsin congressional candidate and the son-in-law of Fox News' own Rachel Campos Duffy. Michael Alfonso joins us now. Michael, great to have you on.
What the fuck is this kid?
The program, like Doug said, the Wisconsin primary not until next week. But y'all have a socialist about to become the Democrat nominee for governor in a purple state like Wisconsin. So big picture for us here. How the heck is socialism having its moment in the heartland?
Well, I'll tell you what, even Democrats are losing faith in traditional Democrats. I mean, Joe Biden left this country in a ditch with the worst inflation crisis we've had in over 40 years.
But no.
But this socialist movement is predominantly a young movement of leftists that think we just haven't pushed far enough to the left. That's why I think it's so important to have young candidates like myself stepping up and saying, hey, look, the problem isn't that we haven't gone too far left. It's that we're trying to abolish the police.
This guy I'm about to introduce is not young. He's definitely on the opposite.
Didn't nobody say abolish the motherfucking police? Okay, just calm down.
Side of Young, but he speaks some truth here, and it is a brutally honest take on the Civil War engulfing the Democrat.
And just for the record, I'm going to eat some of these Pringles because my blood sugar is dropping. Keep in mind, all the slander that these corporate Democrats put on progressives is being picked up by Fox News, and they're clipping it and putting it right on there. So go ahead. Make a big fucking mess and help out the Republicans with your whiny bitch asses.
Party. He, of course, is James Carville. Listen.
To talk about the larger Democratic Party post the election in Michigan going forward, I am not going to be in the same party with Hassan Piker. I can tell you that right now. If he becomes a force in the Democratic Party, I'm out of here. I have no intention of ever being in the same political.
Bye. Leave. This is a guy whose genius strategy was let Trump do whatever the fuck he wants to do. We'll just let his approval rating go down. And then people will be forced to vote for us after they see how bad it is. That's what he said. Said, let Trump do whatever he wants. Let him do whatever he wants. I think the Democrats should just lay down on their belly and they should just play possum is what they should do. They should just commit to further divisive issues like foreign funding for other armies. We should just like double down on that stuff and just lay down domestically. Just let Trump terrorize all the Hispanics, LGBTQ, the blacks, women. Just let him generally terrorize the whole nation. Pretty much, you know what? Fuck that. Let him also terrorize the Canadians, the Mexicans, the people in Greenland. Let him terrorize everybody. So then when his approval numbers go down, then I will look like I know what the fuck I am talking about. This is some of the most cynical, dumb fucking shit that I be talking about. He literally doesn't give a shit what happens to Americans. He's fucking warped in the head. All he knows is politics, red shirt, blue shirt. What do you mean let Trump do whatever he wants? What are you talking about?
I am not going to be in the same party with Hassan Piker. I can tell you that right now. If he becomes a force in the Democratic Party, I'm out of here. I have no intention of ever being in the same political party with that guy. Now, I think that a majority, overwhelming majority of Democrats agree with me.
Hassan Piker being, of course, the communist-aligned podcaster who's gaining a lot of notoriety in the current environment, especially like you mentioned there, Michael, with the young people. So how do you and other Republicans running in this cycle exploit this civil war for gains for Republicans?
Well, just like you mentioned, this is probably the greatest opportunity Republicans have had in a long, long time. We just need.
Who has more felonies, Trump or Hassan? Oh, okay. I was just wondering. Hassan do a lot of tariffs. Like this is the Republican strategy. They still don't have something to run on. The only thing they can do is hope that somewhere, someone on the left insults someone on the left so that they will have enough ammo to have something to talk about. Because what else do they have to fucking talk about? They haven't done anything. Nothing's happened.
Need to campaign on the hard work of the Trump administration and Republicans in office. Under the Working Families tax cuts, families right here in Wisconsin are seeing $3,000 a year more on their tax returns and $10,000 a year more on their take-home pay. Republicans have the solutions. Democrats want to abolish Thanksgiving. And that's not a joke. The Democratic Socialist in Wisconsin wants to abolish Thanksgiving.
Well, how do you?
There's a lot of Potawatomi and Muskegon. There's a lot of Native people there. You know? How do you think they feel about Thanksgiving? And the pilgrims and all that shit. Like, dude, no one fucking likes that.
You make the case to the voter. You kind of did a good job there, but it seems like a lot of your fellow Republicans aren't driving this home. And when
I would have never guessed that motherfucker is from Wisconsin. He looked like he's from Miami or Jersey Shore.
you look at these latest poll numbers, not surprisingly, I almost said shockingly, but that would have been tongue in cheek. 3 out of 5 of the top 5 concerns are related to.
Look at this graphic. This proves nothing.
To the economy.
And it's from January. Is that January 20 of 26? Or through January 20 through January 26?
It's not a shock. This happens every single election since the dawn of time. There's the graphic up on the screen.
What is an issue you want to hear congressional candidates talk about during their campaigns? What does this even show?
The voter wants to hear you talk about these issues. You're doing it. What's your message to your fellow Republicans? How should they get out there and make the case to the American people that, you know what, we're going to be there for you?
What is net economy versus general economy?
For too long, Republicans have been afraid to address affordability. But I think that's actually Republicans' strongest point. We actually have a solution to the problems that are facing.
Impeach Trump? Oh boy, my girl has been admitted. Fortunately, it isn't a serious diabetic ketoacidosis episode. Heat exhaustion, so hopefully it will only be a night stay. Cross your fingers. Okay, that's good. Yeah, they get her a PICC line or an IV line. Our poor little body couldn't even sweat no more. Poor little thing. I'm glad she's doing good.
Working for the middle class, making sure that hardworking Americans keep more of their money, not give it to the government to spend it on quality learning centers. It's a messaging problem. And
they're sending it to Israel.
Republicans need to lean in to affordability because we have the solution.
It sounds like you are, Michael. You should give a clinic to the rest of your fellow candidates because that is the only thing.
This little boy about to get body bagged. Who he running against?
Based upon those polling and, just based upon history that the voter really does care about. Michael Alfonso.
When's House results? Let's see. What's his name? Alfonso. Yeah, let's see what his Ballotpedia is talking about. Holy ads, Ballotpedia. It's breaking the website. Oh my God. Like the cookies are so strong, it was like froze it. Oh my God. Sorry, I really wanted that chip. Alfonso is the son-in-law of U.S. Secretary of Transportation Sean Duffy, who represented the 7th District from 2011 to 2019. Trump endorsed Alfonso on January 27, 2026. Here's something hilarious. So Sean Duffy, our transportation secretary, was supposed to be making this documentary, like this road. He's from Road Rules, by the way, that show on MTV. Yeah, he was on that show. And now he's in charge of transportation. Like Donald Trump is literally like a fucking TV guide, like a 19, like a just an archaic old coffee stained TV guide that just like is sentient and walking around. So he keeps grabbing people from dead TV shows. So Sean Duffy was from that show. And as Secretary of Transportation, he made like a blog YouTube thing. And he was spending like, I think it was over $30 million for him to record this, like the United States All-American Road Trip. What to do with your family to see all the sights that there are to see in America. Like that kind of shit. Bro, it hasn't come out. None of the episodes are out. It was supposed to be available for 4th of July. Not one episode has come out, and now it's been canceled. So they, dude, bro, I don't know what they're up to over there. But dude, you literally haven't done anything as transportation secretary because you said you were so busy making this fucking making this like little show or whatever he was supposed to be doing. And then the show never comes out. Do we get the money back? You know, is that a possibility? All right, let's see what this Chris Armstrong, Fred Clark, Ginger Murray. Where's this district at anyway? I should like to see a map, please. I would like to see the district in question. Oh my God, look at his spending already. Look at it. Wow. Who's Kevin? Kevin's spending more money than he is. Oh, let's see. Let's go to his website. Let's see what he's talking about. Kevin Herming. Yeah, I was close. See.
Wisconsin has given me so much.
Wait. This is so funny. So, oh, the social media. All the shit that they keep saying, acting like this shit doesn't matter. Brother, this motherfucker is supposed to be running for Congress. He's done spent all this money. He has 25 subscribers and 1.1K views from a video from 5 months ago. The bin doesn't do numbers that small. So sorry.
It's where I raised a beautiful family, started my business, and I've shown up for our community as a Republican Party leader and a community volunteer. I was a school board president when the government tried to shut down our schools, and we said no. I'm used to tough battles. I'm a Marine Corps veteran who loves this country. I've been a financial advisor for...
Oh my God.
I'm a Marine Corps veteran who...
If this is not his favorite fucking picture that he doesn't kiss every night...
loves this country. I've been a financial advisor.
He fucking kisses it right on Reagan's face, and then he puts it on a pillow that is separate from his pillow.
For almost 40 years. I sit with people every day who are worried about affordability, housing, healthcare, and whether there are good jobs for their children and grandchildren. And now, when I look at my grandson, I know that the country we're leaving behind for him just isn't good enough.
Yeah, I wonder whose fault that is.
That's why I'm running for Congress. I'll work with President Trump to
He's the fucking problem.
Deliver for central and northern Wisconsin. I'll cut costs for you and your family, slash wasteful government spending, and protect the interests of our farmers.
Brother, he is the most anti-farmer president that there has ever been. And you're telling central and northern Wisconsin, I'm with that guy who's going to fuck you over with the tariffs. Like, what the... How is this like Democrats? Like, this is why people get so fucking pissed off and fed up with the goddamn system. There is a 0% chance that anybody should lose to this guy. If you are just from the fucking Bin Podcast chat, you should be able to out debate and beat this guy. This shit is easy. Enough with the malarkey. These guys are these are some of the worst campaigns in fucking political history. You're not running against fucking Jesse Jackson Jr., who had all of the riz possible and a fucking afro.
Loggers and ginseng growers. Keep our borders secure.
You live in fucking Wisconsin, bruh. What the fuck do you care about the southern fucking border in Wisconsin? God damn.
Protect our seniors against the rising costs of housing and healthcare. And I'll always fight to let parents decide how best to raise their children.
Yeah, unless the kids are neurodivergent or LGBTQ.
You deserve a fighter who will represent the best of Wisconsin in Congress. As a Marine, I was trained to be ready on day one. I'm Kevin Hermaning, and I'd be honored to earn your support.
Boo! Kevin sucks. Kevin is ass. Kevin is ass.
Welcome back to CBS.
I don't know if I've seen this. I want to see this.
News Detroit at 4. Michigan's fiercely contested Democratic Senate primary is coming.
Did you guys feel the energy? It's primary day, man.
To an inevitable end. The two Democratic candidates, Congresswoman Haley
Midterms.
Stevens and Abdul El Sayed, are running for retiring Senator Gary Peters' seat. Stevens is backed by Governor Gretchen Whitmer, while Senator Bernie Sanders and Representative Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC, have been campaigning for El Sayed. On the other side of the aisle,
That are
Mike
willing
Rogers
to the establishment.
Oh, girl, baby girl. Is running unopposed in the Republican primary. The race is being closely watched across the country as many Democrats believe the results could show where the party is headed.
Is homie just chilling over here? He's just hanging out on the side.
I'm not salty grapes.
For breakdown of the race, we're joined by political analyst Tim Kiska. Thanks for being on with us this afternoon.
Thank you for the invite.
So you said you early voted. You've been done for a few days.
Since Friday.
In and out, right?
In and out.
It was not bad for me either. Okay, let's talk about this Senate race. Why do you think it's attracted so much national attention, and what does the outcome?
$60 million in foreign funds into a fucking Senate race.
Tell us about where the Democratic Party is headed.
Well, we're going to find the answer to question number 2, but number 1, the progressives have done okay or in fact done well in places where the Democrats have done well. The question is, what happens in a place like Michigan, which is kind of a purple state? I mean, Donald Trump's won it twice. Can a guy like
No, it's not a purple state. It's a blue state, but your fucking Democrats don't want to fucking do anything for the fucking people. If you guys fucking, as a state, took care of Flint and made those people whole and helped them get what they needed, you wouldn't have to deal with Trump pulling numbers in your fucking state. You wouldn't have that fucking problem. But this continual, again, play corporate games, win corporate prizes.
Abdul Al-Sayed, a progressive, how does he play in a place like Michigan? And I think a lot of people are looking at, okay, what does this say for the midterm election? What's the direction of the Democratic Party? And also, to a lesser degree, but still important, presidential election 2 years from now. What is this going to say? So that's why a lot of people have their eye on this one.
Absolutely.
They put his microphone on the wrong lapel. He's put it on this one and leaning away to talk the other way. So someone should just come over there in a black t-shirt and just switch it to the other side. That's what I would do if I was there.
Endorsements have always been important, do not get me wrong, but I feel like in this election cycle,
the first time.
Oh, shit.
Lumpy pillows, kiss my ass. Put that in your book.
Kiss my ass. I will not kiss your ass.
endorsement is when these candidates get an endorsement, it's immediately on their website. They're pushing it out. It seems like it's carried a little extra weight this year with Whitmer endorsing Haley Stevens, with
She got the blinged out earrings, no?
Abdul El-Sayed getting the endorsements from Bernie and from AOC. How important do you think those endorsements are? Do you think they always help? Or maybe in Abdul El-Sayed's case, do you think they hurt?
Well, the answer to that is both. I mean, it's interesting to me that Haley Stevens has gotten endorsements from
Turn
a
your
sitting
head.
governor, a former governor, the sitting U.S. senator, and a former U.S. senator. And her work in Washington, you put all of that together, 2 years ago, it would have been lights out for anybody else. That she would have just been shoo-in.
Yeah, but all the people that are supporting her are also ass. They too are the poo-poo. So who fucking cares if you're supported by fucking useless motherfuckers? Like, everybody has that 2 or 3 people at work that never fucking do anything, but they always somehow escape getting written up. The boss never sees it, whatever. Like, imagine having 5 to 6 of those motherfuckers approve you for a promotion. Everybody around you is gonna be like, hell no. Hell no. I'm not voting for you. Nah.
But I think that people, you hear this over and over again. They're looking for something new. They're looking for somebody a little more energetic who can kind of throw a punch. And they feel, and a lot of people out there feel like guys like Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries just
We
aren't
will
up to
give
it.
you a
They
couple
want
marbles
somebody
we
who's
have
gonna show
spare.
a little bit more strength and vigor. So maybe having the Democratic establishment on your side isn't that big of a plus as it was once upon a time. And I think
that's what I just said.
That's where we are right now. And this race, it's interesting to me, has gotten particularly nasty. And I kind of look at it.
Yeah, the anti-Islamic fear-mongering and constantly calling all progressive men sexist. That shit is corny, bro. Like, everybody assumed the anti-Semitism shit was going to be popping up. But the way that they just continually call every single progressive man, if he disagrees with a woman, if he doesn't like Kamala Harris, or if he didn't want to vote for her, whatever the case may be, it's because he hates women. Stop. You know where the sexists are. They're not on the left, not in the numbers that they're trying to promote.
From when Mallory McMurrow left, July 5th, it was like somebody turned on a switch and all of a sudden the fists started flying, particularly online. What that means, I'm not smart enough to know, but that's where we are.
No, it means she started talking shit to a campaign who's ready to talk shit back, and she tried to troll, and she got trolled back.
At the moment.
Yeah, you've even had Abdul El-Sayed come out and say, hey, let's back off of Haley Stevens. Let's talk about her priorities and her record and leave it at that. One last question for you. This
You said, don't make fun of her dumbass voice that is totally real.
segment, who do you personally think would
There's no need to make fun of her accent. It is 100% authentic, and we should move on to things that are more important. There's no way that accent is faker than a $3 bill.
make for a more competitive election in November against Mike Rogers of these two?
You know, that's a great question.
Thank you.
I don't know the answer to that, because
then why are you up there?
Haley Stevens, for starters, is going to have to try to get the El-Sayed people on her.
They're not voting for her. They will abstain again. They can't, like, that's what I think the DNC is fundamentally misunderstanding. They think that all of these questions about Israel are by and large so that people can be as anti-Semitic as possible to American Jews. That is by far the dumbest thing I've heard in probably 6 months. Most of the people who are anti-Zionist are Jewish Americans. Most of the Zionists are Christian Americans. There's more Christian Zionists than there are Jewish people. So, like, you can't keep trying to force that on them and that they have to support this. They don't want to. They said stop. They said enough's enough. And if you don't want to listen to them, the progressives are the only ones speaking what the people are actually desiring. That's not their fault. So all of these additional smears and the anti-Islamic sentiments and all this, oh, young people are just so stupid. Meanwhile, let me go back to the beginning of the show. Clyburn didn't even know what ChatGPT was until last week. And we're the ones that are crazy?
Because Haley Stevens, for starters, is going to have to try to get the El-Sayed people on her. But I think El-Sayed would be an interesting, strong candidate against Rogers. But just remember, Rogers ran 2 years ago, lost by only 19,000 votes. He came in by...
Yeah, and he's got what? Trump at his back now? The monster that is the Trump campaign, the Trump political machines at his back. Oh, he's got a tailwind now. Not for real. Being attached to Trump is horrible. That's worse than being attached to fucking Joe Biden.
He nearly beat Alyssa Slotkin. Him coming that close.
Alyssa Slotkin literally is all business and has no personality. She is literally about the facts, ma'am, only.
He's going to need all the help he can get, and if the Democrats are ripping each other apart, he's probably going to be sitting there saying, "Thank you, Lord, for that."
He's sitting back today, but
Inshallah. Apex set for historic wipeout. Yeah. Oh, Steve Kornacki, you got anything for me yet?
Set the stage here. Let's talk about the big race in Michigan.
Why is Mallory up there? Just take Mallory picture off of your board.
What are the various...
Now, where is his Dockers? Like, what? See, I think Harry Enton has really gotten into Steve Kornacki's head. He can't be Kornacki when Harry Enton is running around on CNN. You know what I mean?
Different paths to victory for Al-Sayed and for Stevens. What are you watching for?
Yeah, well, in a few hours, the map is going to start lighting up. And I think one thing to keep in mind here, so much of the vote as it comes into tonight in Michigan in this Democratic primary is going to come from the southeast part of the state, particularly right here, the state's biggest county, where its biggest city, Detroit, is. That's Wayne County, right next door, Washtenaw County, Ann Arbor, University of Michigan, and the two big bedroom suburban communities here, counties, Oakland and Macomb. Together, just these four counties, you're probably looking at about half the vote that's going to be cast in this primary tonight. I think you can expect, take a look in Washtenaw. The question there is going to be not who wins the county, but how much does Al Sayed win it by demographically again? And, big college area, Ann Arbor, University of Michigan. This is where he's expected to do very well. Can he run up a big score right there? Meanwhile, for Stevens, I think Oakland County, her political base, into Macomb County, she wants to be doing well there. And the real wild card here is going to be Wayne County, because we say Detroit, but Wayne is also much bigger than Detroit. Wayne County, in fact, itself is 20% of all the votes that are going to be cast tonight in the primary. And there's a bit of a split there. When you get outside of Wayne, you got other cities in Wayne County like Dearborn Heights, like Hamtramck. Dearborn, the first a majority Arab American city in the United States of America. You can expect in places like that, Al Sayed potentially to be posting some very big numbers. In the city of Detroit, though, Detroit itself.
Don't worry, guys. She's not going to be salty grapes.
Is 75% black. And actually, Al Sayed did not do that well there when he ran for governor in 2018. Polls have suggested Stevens is doing substantially better than Al Sayed. With black voters. So can Stevens run up big numbers in Detroit? But Wayne County looms as the biggest wild card in this. It's the biggest piece of the puzzle. The bad news, Kristen, is if past his prologue, Wayne is also the slowest at putting its results out there. So if this is a
God damn it. I was literally going to be like, what, maybe I'll turn the stream machine back on and I'll do like a nighttime thing as the results are coming in. Maybe I'll do an overnight stream so we can see when the results come.
Close race. We could be waiting late
or sure, we might just, we got a show tomorrow anyway.
Into the night for Wayne County.
Well, we are ready for all of it, Steve. Look, one of the big questions tonight is just how much momentum do these progressive candidates actually have? And progressive candidates are running in a number of different districts. So where else?
Last Mission says, one thing I was listening to on Radio 4 yesterday that I object to is wealthy people explaining why the birth rate is falling and young people are not interested in having children. They just can't figure out, what could it be? What could be the one thing preventing an entire generation from taking on the expense of starting a family? What could that one thing that is preventing them from taking on the expense of a new family? They just can't figure it out. Why can't you guys just eat sand? Like, I don't get it. Like, can't you guys just eat dirt? Oh, PR behind the now voters head to polls, etc. graphic. Huh? All right, I'll go back.
The bad news, Chris.
And what's PR? Is that Puerto Rican? What am I reading here?
Is if past his prologue, Wayne is also the slowest at putting its results out there. So if this is a close race, we could be waiting late into the night for Wayne County.
Oh, the flag. I see. Oh, I see. Okay, I got you now. Oh, this right here, this circle right here. Okay, I got you. I was like, what the fuck?
Well, we are ready for
fucking Puerto Rican, fucking Boricua propaganda. Boricua-ganda. Boricua-galente.
all of it, Steve. Look, one of the big questions tonight is just how much momentum do these progressive candidates actually have? And progressive candidates are running in a number of different districts. So where else are you going to be watching?
It's a mystery for sure. Maybe the avocado toast is a secret contraceptive. That's what it is. God. I mean, I could, start a family, but I would much rather spend. I mean, if I had the breakfast that they say all of us millennials have for breakfast every day, it'd be like $300 a week. Like, it's just so stupid what they accuse us of eating. It's like, dude, I had fucking 2 ramen packets yesterday. And then all the rest of the fresh food went to the babies. So it's like, shut up. You know what I mean? Like, you do not, like, y'all don't even raise y'all motherfucking kids. You don't feed them shit. You just give them bologna and fucking saltines and say, here, have fun at the public school. And then all the rest of us are supposed to fucking raise your fucking children. The rest of us actually want our kids to like us after they fucking graduate and shit like that, and to be functioning members of society, versus the tablet kids that we have to fight through traffic now, who have grown up with no concept of what the actual world is. So yeah, fuck off, rich people. Unless you're fucking giving me stipends, yeah, there's no more kids coming out of Casa de la Famine.
For clues about this tonight.
Yeah, I mean, take a look here in the 7th congressional district here tonight. This is a Democratic primary here, open nomination here. William Lawrence here, endorsed by Bernie Sanders, very much a candidate of that left-wing insurgency in the Democratic primary. This is a very competitive race. The Republican here, I can show you, Tom Barrett is a first-term incumbent. It's a very close congressional district at the presidential level. His race was very close in 2024. And Democrats, you take a look at this primary, Lawrence here has that progressive lane to himself. Bridget Brink, the former U.S. ambassador to the Ukraine, Matt Mazdam, he's endorsed by Alyssa Slotkin, the senator who used to represent this district. Is that sort of establishment wing split between those two candidates, and has it opened the door for Lawrence, who is very much in line with these progressive candidates who've been posting these, sort of eyebrow-raising victories in
Leave the door open.
Democratic primaries around the country. Has it opened the door for him to win the nomination in this district? And again, as I say, this is the kind of district you're talking about here. I think that's one of the themes tonight in Michigan, Kristen. It's a little bit.
But see, this is what people don't like. I hate it when they look at this in the 2024 presidential campaign. It was 50 Trump, 49 Harris. Dude, Trump is fucking horrendously unpopular right now, and people didn't like Harris. So this isn't a good showing. Me and Tim have been pretty on the money. If you don't have a 10 to 15 point lead as a Republican, you're fucking cooked. And if you don't have a 10 to 15 point lead against the progressives as a Democrat, you're also cooked. Okay, America is growing up. This is what it looks like. This is what it looks like when shit gets so bad that the next available opportunity motherfuckers have to voice their political grievances, they make it known. I know everybody wants, every time Trump does something, they expect all of the American people to just fucking get in their goddamn F-150 and drive to Washington, D.C. and protest. First of all, this fucking place is enormous. Enormous. Illinois is the size of the UK. And we got 50 Illinois. So it's just like the logistics of what you guys are asking for across the pond is just, you don't know that it doesn't make sense. Right? Like, I didn't see a bunch of people like during Brexit going to Geneva to hold up a sign and then just driving home after that. You guys wouldn't do that. It's a lot of money to do that kind of stuff. And motherfuckers were already hurting before this shit started. So now, I have an opportunity to vote for somebody. People have been reaching out to me, coming, knocking on doors, approaching me where I am, like on my phone through social media. Yeah. So if you are an incumbent of any stripe, if you don't have a well-worn groove in your advocacy for your constituents, you might as well go ahead and get some cardboard boxes and start putting your shit away, because you're fucking out of here. It's over.
Different than these other primaries. We've seen these left-wing candidates winning primaries in deep blue districts, deep blue areas where Democrats really don't have to worry about the general election. This district, the 7th district, or the Senate race to statewide in Michigan, a Trump state, Democrats very much do have to worry about the general election there. And some of these contests could raise the question of, are they testing the limits of electability?
And it's one of the big questions we will answer in November.
Bullshit. Ain't gonna be no questions. Oh boy. Should we watch Harry Enton and call it a day? I think I'm hungry, guys. I think I'm hungry. Yeah, I don't see too much else. So those are the main races. Cory Bush. If you're in St. Louis, vote for Cory Bush. If you are, oh, where's my thing at? Oh, this thing. There it is. Boom. If you're in Kansas, you got to vote for governor. If you're in Michigan, House District 10, 11, 13, and 7. Also, you have a Michigan Senate seat. Missouri District 1, Democrat. So the bin officially endorses Abdul Rahman Al Sayed, Cory Bush, and I got to do it this way, and Christy Burke. That's who we support around here. My TV just turned off. No. Oh, all right. Last thing, and then I'll let you guys go. So I got my car out of the shop, and tomorrow's my birthday. I turn it's 20. I turn 39. I'll be 39 tomorrow. And and I don't do birthdays and shit like that. Like, it's not important. I don't really do holidays because it's kind of just like a thing we kind of made up. And if it's not like a cool thing that we all made up, then I just kind of don't bother, you know? So I'm very I'm very picky about asking for things. So I found something to ask for. I didn't find it. Or I didn't leave it over here. I left it over there. It's okay. But you guys will remember I usually have 3 screens for my streaming purposes because I need to have my main screen, which is usually where like the StreamYard meeting or the Zoom call, whoever I'm talking to, that's usually on my camera screen, like this one right there, pointing at it. And then I usually have my media screen, right? And then I also have a vertical, like a vertical version, and that one is usually my chat. I usually keep chat over there. And that's just like how my brain has been shaped for like the last 4 years. Well, since we moved, I cannot mount my fucking monitors because my freaking table I switched to, the thickness of the table is such that the clamp could not clamp on it, and I could not find a clamp that would clamp on it, short of me just like buying a vice grip, like for wood gluing or something like that, and then trying to finagle that onto the. Too much is going on. So I found my star bit on my drill. I took the 3 screws out. I took the pole out of the mount because this is the mount here. This sits on, there it goes sideways. Which way is sideways? There we go. So this is the table, and it sits on the table. Then you screw in from the bottom here, right? I have removed the clamp, and now I just have a pole that both of the arms of my monitors will stick out of. What are you going to do with that, Mikey? My original plan was to have some sort of like, think of like a sign holder with wheels, and I could wheel around my dual screens. I found something like that, but it was like $200, and it was for like TVs. It was for like a restaurant or like some sort of business, you know, where you would have like a display of some sort. Kind of what I was looking for, but not quite. So I had an apostrophe and lightning hit my brain. I found a tripod for a heavy duty like speaker, It is the precise thickness for the pole for the 2 monitors. So it should arrive tomorrow. Hopefully it's before the stream. That would be sick. But I will be able to mount all of my monitors again and be able to move them and adjust them forevermore. I will never have to look for a table that my clamp will fit on. I can always reliably set it up, put the monitors on it, and I'm ready to rock forevermore. So there it is. That's what I wanted for my birthday, and that's what I'm getting. Typically on my birthday for streaming stuff, I usually like to donate money. So I like to use my it's my birthday, and then everybody showers you with gifts. So I usually like to use that day to like donate everything to somebody. Like that's the best day to do that. So I like Black Girls. Black Girls Code is good. Oh no. What is this? Oh, fire. Condo complex. That's terrible. So I want to try to find somewhere to donate. We'll have to look around and see. Because a lot of times, like they do the weird they like to do like the weird fees and stuff like that, and they start pinching off the money. So I like to find places that where it really just truly goes to them. So maybe I'll do some searching tonight and see what I can find. But all of that and more tomorrow on A Seat at the Dinner Table. Okay, let me look and see if there's any other stuff. 39 layers of onion. Ouch. She's in there. She's not participating. Okay. That's gonna do it. I'm gonna go get some food and wait for the results to come in tonight. If anything fun or exciting happens, I'll definitely jump back on. But okay. I love you guys. Take care of each other. Drink some water out there. Stay hydrated, please. I know the heat wave is crushing Europe right now. So possibly see you tonight. And we're going to always drink your meat.